Welcome back, everybody. I'm finally live. I don't have the chat thing up. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, hello, I'm back. I'm back. You know how that song goes. Starfield number one. If they had one usable mech that you had to battle, but then again to traverse planets, or just battle at all. Starfield number one. If they made a good game, that's what I say. Welcome Spiffy. Welcome Orc Swag. This is gonna be an epic video of epic proportions. I just have to fix a thing. I just have to. I've tried to make an account on TierMaker, and I didn't realize that Oh, there we go. I didn't realize that it's just gonna automatically put my full name without my ability to change it. So now I have to do it on a burner account. That way I don't dox myself. I mean, most people figured out my full name, but it's Ozzy Osbourne's birthday? Wow. That's a guy that I have no opinions on. Is he good? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Maybe. Mason G. Chadwell? That's right. Okay, let's see. This is done. I guess I can see if it's lined up properly in a minute. I gotta go finish doing a thing. I should not have this open. That's gonna cause everything to break. Actually, wait, but I need it open. Fuck. It should be fine. Hopefully I don't break everything ever. You have 9 new sponsorship opportunities. Wow, that's great. It's a good thing they're all awful video games that I would never cover. Awful video, and also that's the thing with a lot of stream sponsorships. They're like, oh, so yeah, if you want to get paid, yeah, in order to get paid for the sponsorship, you need 50 people to sign up, and then you get $50. That's better than that. It's not as bad as that. It's usually like five people and you get $50 or whatever. But it's like, bro, how am I ever gonna get anybody to sign up for this game? This game sucks. There's no way I can convince people. Or it's something like Raid Shadow Legends, and it's like, everybody's already played this game. Everybody's already played this game. There's nobody left. There's nobody left to convince. They've all done it. The only person I convinced was my mom, who I got super addicted, and she only recently stopped playing. That's right. If you remember that Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship I did, she was addicted to that game every day until recently. She would come over to the house and she'd just be playing that the whole time. Only negative thing about him for me is he supports PETA through I mean, a lot of people support PETA because they only know PETA through the ads, and so they just assume that, you know, PETA does the things that PETA says it does, which obviously they don't. They do really awful things. They're like one of the worst companies. Welcome, Hoax Show. Welcome, Shadowy Ghost. Welcome. Let's just put that there. Sure. Yeah, we'll get going in just a minute. Just a minute. I still have the Dynasty Wars music going, but I can't hear it at all, and I imagine neither can you. So I might as well not have it going. Also, I think I'm going to close this window because it's traffic. It's high traffic, and you can hear traffic. That's bad. Also, I'm going to move these Oreos away from me because I want this video to go on YouTube, and nothing makes you look disgusting like a bunch of Oreos. Oreos, like, they stain your teeth black. It's awful. You look like you've never brushed your teeth in your life after you've eaten one Oreo. It's a nightmare. Oh my god, you've resubscribed, Shadowy Ghost? Welcome with a Prime sub. With a Prime sub. Welcome back to the Celeb Club. They've changed. Oh my god, you can still see my clothes. No, you can see all the clothes. I didn't clean them up. Hold on. We'll just put this out here. There. No, nobody knows. Get rid of this dish. There, it's clean. It's a perfect room. I'm the fuck is that? Oh, this? Oh, okay, whatever. I'm the cleanest boy. Okay. I was gonna move that away, but I guess it can stay there. That's fine. Let's put that there. This is the right one, right? Yep. Okay. I was talking about this a while ago. I wanted to do a tier list of ranking every single game I've ever played ever. And I think I finally accumulated a list of 99.9% of them. I know there's a couple games out there that I'm never ever going to be able to figure out what they were. Because they were like weird indie games that have just disappeared into the ether. Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized there are a couple I can add real quick. I can add Line Rider. I forgot Line Rider, so let's add that real quick. Just have it at the bottom. And Trackmania, that's what it's called. Trackmania. Let's add Trackmania real quick. You want us to know... Wait, you want us to know you have more than one set of clothes? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I want you to know that I have 2 sets of clothes. All right. There, those are 2 games that I remember the name of and could easily quickly add to this list. Okay, perfect. Actually, wait, if I add a different thing, does it get rid of that? Nope. Nope, now I just have it there twice. Okay, fuck. All right, whatever. Well, it's there. I'm just done. I thought YouTubers were only allowed to wear their own merchandise. All my own merchandise is in the wash, so that's why I'm not. But that is a fact. That's true. That's a legal binding requirement. It's in the contract. If you have merchandise that you can wear at the moment, you must wear it. Okay, let's get going. I don't know how long this is going to take. It could take a really long time. It could take 1,000,000 trillion years. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. That would be no good. that would be too long, honestly. I'd probably be dead. Have you done anything after the news of the KOTOR remake? What do you mean, have I done anything? I mean, I watched some YouTube. I worked on some videos. That's about it. You have Snapple? I did have Snapple. This is now a different drink. It's strawberry, banana, apple, or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember what it is. Am I gonna play the Dark Forces remaster? Are they making a Dark Force? Is that like a fan made thing? Dark Forces remaster. Oh, it's legit. What the fuck? Yeah, maybe. I guess. Okay. Here's a bunch of screenshots from cutscenes, but how does the game look? Pretty good. The game looks pretty good. Okay, all right. I had no idea about this. We include random Flash games from up to 10 plus years ago. No. I tried to get what I could. Well, actually, I mean, some, yes. Some that I remember and could easily find. But there's a lot of just weird stuff that's just buried that I could never figure out. So that's why I say I've got 99.9% of the games. There's like a game I played on the Xbox 360 that was like a weird indie tower defense. I could probably technically figure out what it is, but I didn't. So, you know, that's lost to the memory. But that's okay. We got pretty much everything. Pretty much basically every game you could possibly want is on this list. I'm going to show you the list now. Bam. Oh, fuck. Wait, do I have to zoom out more? What the hell? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, it's going to be a lot easier for you to see it than for me. I was hoping I would be able to be zoomed in more myself so I could read what some of these things say. Like that one, I can barely tell what it is, but it's Earthworm Jim. I was able to figure it out eventually. That's one of the portals. Oh, it's Portal 1. Fortunately, this says Portal 2. Oh, shit. I forgot to... Wait. Can I edit this real quick? How do I edit it? Edit. Is it too late? Have I already fucked up on the... Oh, okay. Here we go. Why the hell? There we go. Okay. All right. Cool. There we go. We are going to be going through this entire list. There's a lot of games here. I think there's 600 games on this list. What the fuck? There's an ad. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I hope you're excited too. I'm just kind of like going slow to let people funnel in. Am I doing anything related to the cancellation? Well, supposedly it actually hasn't been canceled, so... But also, I'm like, I wasn't surprised. It kind of seemed like it was canceled anyway. Also, I'm not the kind of person who just does random, like, video game news videos all of a sudden. I've done that a couple times, and I don't feel like they add anything to anything. I feel like they're pointless. There's already a million people who are covering all that stuff. So why do we need another one? I know about it because I was subbed to PC Gamer Mag. Oh my god. Did you get it? You got it in the mailbox? It was like, yo, watch this trailer. Okay. Start off, we have a bunch of James Bond stuff. Or some James Bond stuff. We have a few of the James Bond games, and I've played them. Except... is Russia... Wait, let me add... Okay, I've just noticed something I'm already missing. Video game. Russia from Love. I haven't played much of it, but I played the multiplayer, so that counts. That's good enough. Let's put a Z at the end, so that way I can easily find it. And let's add... there we go. Add some stuff. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we'll cover it eventually. I did get in the mailbox, but I do enjoy getting gaming magazines. Reminds me of Nintendo Power Days. Yeah, I used to still get Game Informer for a long time. I do kind of miss it. But at the same time, it also does feel like a waste. Because at this point, usually, apparently not always, but usually whatever I get, it's like, I already know this. I'm already aware. I read the article. 007 Agent Under Fire. Agent Under Fire is honestly... It's probably, story-wise and gameplay-wise... You know what? No, I was going to say it's the best James Bond game, but I see 007 Everything or Nothing is here, and that's definitely the best. 007 Agent of Fire is probably, it's really good. Also, I remember in one of my videos, I mentioned that there's a girl that in that video game that I just told people was my girlfriend. I don't know why I did that, but, you know, that's something I did. Obviously, everybody thought I was a crazy person. I mean, we weren't that old. It was like elementary school times. But yeah, people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just recycled like 60 Game Informer magazines last week. Oh my god. I used to have that same sentiment, but I've been surprised if a few times, like Dark Forces, for example. That's true. I mean, that's fair. There's probably some smaller stuff, you never know. Are you going to promote the stream on Threads? No. I actually just got an invitation to Blue Sky. So I'm now on Blue Sky. Nobody else is. There's nobody on Blue Sky. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea for their... for your social media platform. You know, people are desperately looking for a new social media platform right now. What should we do? We should invite 5 people a year. We should just allow nobody to use it. We're just going to slowly roll it out so that way by the year 2050, we'll have invited 5% of the people who have signed up. What is Blue Sky? It's the guy who made Twitter. It's his platform. So he left Twitter, and then he made Blue Sky, and then he's like, yeah, Elon Musk I like the things he's doing. Anyway, I'm also going to make a platform that competes with him. So that's what's happening. Why do you think so many new social media platforms are failing? Because what's the point? You already have Facebook. Twitter was such a niche thing. It was so unbelievably niche that most people don't even understand what the purpose of Twitter is. And now it's just the worst platform of all time. So like people aren't looking for a new Twitter. You know what I mean? That's the problem. And that's people aren't looking for a new Facebook. They're not looking for a new YouTube. They have the platforms they have and they hate them. They despise those platforms. Anyway, Agent Under Fire, great game. 007 Everything or Nothing is also really good. I do prefer the first person aspect of Agent Under Fire and also Nightfire. But the third person gameplay was pretty good. Also, it was the only game, I think it's the only James Bond game, at least that I played for sure, that has co-op. It wasn't co-op where you got to be James Bond, but it was fun to at least be able to like play with your friend and actually like do a mission as opposed to play with your friend and just fuck around. You know what I mean? I mean, that's mostly what we did anyway. Watch loads of your YouTube stuff. Cool to see you live. Oh my God. Welcome, Merman Sam. I almost said Merman San. Like you were like Sans' brother. I've never played Undertale, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. That's not on this list. But I am aware of the Tale Down Under. I do know about it. Why doesn't Oblivion have its own separate tier? Why would it? It's honestly, I enjoy that game. But let's be honest. It's not that great. We need to be honest with ourselves, guys. All of Bethesda's games are fine. They're all of equal quality. Everybody's always saying that Bethesda games, like, they used to be so good and now they're bad, or now they're so good and they used to be bad. No. They're all fine. They're all acceptable. They're all broken as fuck. None of them are, they're all barely playable. They're all barely playable. They're so disorganized on what they're supposed to be. Bethesda games peak with mods. I don't know. They're still basically broken. They're still basically broken nightmares. I think they've definitely gotten worse. That's only because it's the Mike Myers effect is what it is. So the Mike Myers effect, for those who don't know, which is probably nobody. I don't think anybody knows about. I think I'm the only person who knows about the Mike Myers effect. The Mike Myers effect is every Mike Myers movie that comes out retroactively makes you hate all of the previous Mike Myers movies a little bit more. So it's not that they're all worse or better or whatever. They're all pretty much the same, which is bad. But every time there's a new one, you're like, I think I really don't like this, actually. The Halloween or Austin Powers Mike Myers. The Halloween one is Michael Myers. It's Michael Myers. The real person is Mike Myers. Or maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, the Halloween one is Michael Myers, okay? This is Michael. Mike Ale. Myers. Also, I don't know how many people know this, but the mask that he wears, by the way, it's literally a mold of William Shatner's face. So they somehow convinced William Shatner to get a mold to have a mask made, and they're like, yeah, this guy's face is terrifying. This guy's face is nightmare-inducing. We'll use that. So yeah, that's what that is. Anyways, Agent Under Fire. I mean, no, Everything or Nothing, amazing. Also, one of the best James Bond songs. It's like everything or nothing at all. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's pretty good. Are you saying Shrek is bad? Yes, obviously it's bad. When was the last time you watched it? I mean, it's great. It's great. It's a standout Mike Myers movie. I almost said Michael Myers. It's a standout Mike Myers movie, but it's awful. The actor's name is Michael Myers. It's just the name he goes by, and it's probably because of the character Michael Myers. I'm pretty sure Mike Myers has been acting way before Michael Myers existed. When was the first Halloween movie? 1978? When did Mike Myers start doing things? first movie. All right, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. None of these are old though. None of these are old. What was so I married? I was 93. These were all in the 90s. Oh my god. Shrek the book is disturbing. The movie was almost like just the book, which would have been awful. Shirk is iconic, let's be real. The meme is iconic. The weirdness of it is iconic. The character, oh fuck. Get rid of these goddamn ads. Is this on? It is on. Weird. It's peak cinema. Yeah, in the same way that Bethesda is peak cinema, and that they're enjoyable, but they're awful. They're terrible. What happens if Mike Myers starts being in Elder Scrolls? They'll never recover. Honestly, I don't think anything will happen. I mean, it'll be the same. It's gonna be. They already can't recover. They're already at the end of their rope. Okay, GoldenEye. I've only played multiplayer. I've only played the multiplayer of GoldenEye, and I know people say it's awesome, and maybe it was, for people who like that controller. But honestly, and since I'm judging this just off the multiplayer, by the way, because I haven't played. But at the same time, people say the multiplayer is the best part. Mid. It's honestly mid. I know mid isn't actually in the middle, but let's be real. Nobody uses the term mid to mean neutral. They mean it to mean garbage. Anybody says mid, they mean it's trash, and they can't think of better commentary. So that's why they use the word. Name at least 5 better movies. Shrek 2. No, I'm just kidding. Shrek 2. I honestly hated Shrek 2. I know a lot of people like Shrek 2 more. But it's the Michael Myers effect, guys. It's the Mike Myers effect. Shrek 1 comes out. I'm like, this is pretty good. I still like Austin Powers. Shrek 2 comes out. I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed some moments. I still like Austin Powers. Shrek 3 comes out. I want to kill myself. Real talk, GoldenEye on the N64 didn't age well. Maybe it would have aged better if you had a controller where you could actually use all of the buttons. That's the problem. You're like on this terrible controller, and you're like, oh, I need to duck. Let me move my hand over here. Nightfire, amazing game. Nightfire, better multiplayer than Agent Under Fire because you can use bots. And if you're on the PS2, you only have 2 people you can play with, so you need bots. You have to have bots. Great. Quantum of Solace. This game was awful. This game was so bad. It was broken. It's a mess. It was boring. It's based on a movie that was boring. Everything about it is a lose-lose. It was 4-player on the GameCube. That's why I said specifically PS2, which is what I had. My friend had the GameCube, and I think he had Agent Under Fire. I don't remember. And I had I had all of these. But if I have a friend over, only 2 people. I know you can get that hookup. There were some people that had like a connector that could make it like add additional controller slots. But those were impossible to find. I've only ever known one person who had that. I've never seen them in stores. 9 Dragons. This is a really old MMO. I don't think this MMO still exists. Maybe it does, like, in Asia, maybe. It was fine. I remember not being that enamored with it, so I'm going to put it in mid. You had a PS2 multi-tap for Time Splitters 2? Oh my god. Was Time Splitters 2 on the GameCube also? That was a really good game. If it's the Time Splitters that I'm thinking of that's on this list. There's a Time Splitters on this list? I think it's the second one. A Game of Dwarves. This is a game that I was excited for because it had dwarves. And then it was boring. And then it was really boring. Yeah, like, you're just dwarves, and they're useless dwarves. They don't really do anything. They make some stuff, and then you get an enemy, and everybody dies. So, mid. Sorry to get off track, but did you play that Lord of the Rings Moria game? No, I'd want to. I want to play it. but I haven't, and I have other things I need to spend my money on and want to spend my money on. I actually did play Diablo 4, which is now on this list. I played it. I played Diablo 4 while it was free for a while, and I really enjoyed that game, but also I kind of hate that game. I really enjoyed Diablo 4. I think it's now off sale. It was on sale for $40. It's now off sale for $70. I'm like, $70? That's insane. That's insane for this game that also has a paid battle pass and a microtransaction store built into it. You're going to charge $70? That's ridiculous. It'll get even cheaper. Just wait it out. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, do you mean the Moria game or Diablo 4? I'm sure both will. No, I don't think anybody bought the Moria game, so that one's definitely getting cheaper. I'll probably wait till Christmas because it'll go on sale then. Adventure Quest 3D. This game is awful. I hate this game so much. Adventure Quest is such a nostalgic game for me. It's so. It's still actually really good to. Oh my god! Welcome back to the slow.
Bless you.
Oh, it just read out the thing. Light bless me? Thanks. It better. The light better bless me. Welcome back to the Slub Club, Undead Bread. They made a 3D Adventure Quest? Yeah, it's an MMO, and it's terrible. Imagine Adventure Quest Worlds, but it was the most generic, boring thing you could possibly imagine. It's literally that. I don't even know why they did that. It's just like, it's the most generic, like, 3D MMOs you can think of, like, I don't know, Wizardry Online or whatever that game was. Magic Online, whatever. Imagine that, but just nothing at all. I liked Adventure Quest, but I can't imagine them doing 3D. Well, no, they did not. The art style doesn't work in 3D because even though it's, like, pretty accurate, it looks like a cheap, like, knockoff MMO game. It looks bad. Dragon Fable was awesome. I'm going to say Dragon Fable's masterpiece, quite frankly. That game, they took Adventure Quest and they adapted it to, like, a new generation. You could now move around. It wasn't just a point and click. You could move around, you could do action, you could fight people. It was amazing. Adventure Quest Worlds was pretty similar to Dragon Fable, also in that sense. I'm going to say Adventure Quest Worlds is a masterpiece as well. I didn't have as much time with it, unfortunately. I don't know why. I think it's because it came out later at the end, but actually being able to play with your friends, finally, rather than just playing on separate computers and just looking over and be like, yo, what are you doing? Oh, you're there right now? Cool. Me too. I can't see you, though, because we're in separate worlds. MechQuest, I'm going to say it was playable. I don't know. It didn't have the same charm. It just didn't quite capture the magic that all the other ones did. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it felt more of a generic sci-fi situation, but I don't know. Adventure Quest is obviously a masterpiece. That game still holds up. It's still an amazing game to play today. If you go back to it, maybe it's just because my nostalgia's talking, but if you go back to it, a lot of the jokes are kind of fall flat because it's very 2000s millennial, terrible, awful, bad humor. But the gameplay itself still holds up and the stories are still interesting. Conan, the MMO, playable. Honestly, it's fine. The Conan the MMO is totally fine. There's nothing special about it. It's almost interesting. All I really remember, what I really remember about Conan the MMO is they did that weird sponsored Big Bang Theory tie-in, and that was the moment. No, that wasn't the moment that I realized Big Bang Theory sucks, but it was a key moment because I remember watching that and being like, what? Why are they doing this tie-in? There's clearly a brand deal, but they're not showing any of the gameplay from the game. It was really weird. It was really bizarre. Yeah, and they kept on, and because it's a show where they insult nerds and make fun of nerds, they had to have them all be, like, really weird about it, like it was Second Life. They treated it like it was Second Life, which obviously is not what that game is at all. The game is not like Second Life in any way. Conan O'Brien. Yes, it was Conan O'Brien. He was on The Big Bang Theory. He probably was, honestly. Okay, Age of Empires 4. I also played this when it was free, and I found it boring. So I'm gonna put it in mid. Alpha Protocol. This is a game I streamed. I was streaming this game for a while until I soft locked myself. So that probably tells you that I don't have a high opinion of it. Also, the game, it was a game where it's like, it's the espionage MMO, espionage RPG. You can be a spy and do spy stuff. No, you can't. It's literally just a third-person shooter. There's almost no spying at all. It's literally, hey, you need to do a mission where you go and shoot a bunch of people. Good job. Now do it again. Great. Conan O'Brien was a Simpsons writer a long time ago. Really? What the hell? I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm going to say Alpha Protocol playable. Among Us. It's fine. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of it. I'm going to say playable because I don't really enjoy those kinds of games where you have to, like, be mean to your friends. You know what I mean? Like, when I remember in college, they'd always play the game Werewolves, and they played some other of those, like, games where one person's a terrorist and you gotta find the terrorist or whatever, and it's like, this sucks. Like, everybody's hates each other, everybody's mad at each other, and then it ends and they're like, that was so much fun. It's like, I didn't have fun. I didn't have fun at all. You killed me right away because I gave a funny look. It was awful. They stress you out. Exactly. They're just stressful. And also, all those people I played with turned out they weren't my friends. So, you know, there goes that. It was one of those friends groups. It was one of those friend groups where if you aren't 100% a part of the friend group, then you're like, it was like a cult, basically. It was like a cult. The warning signs were there. I should have seen it. But, like, once I had other things to do, you know, like college stuff, like trying to pass my college classes, they got really upset. And then I found out they were like shit talking me and my ex behind our back. And then I'd see them and they pretend to be friends with us, and they just weren't. And they did a bunch of gaslighting shit too. It was awful. It was terrible. What a horrible bunch of people. Anyways, Angry Birds. I'm going to say, you know, it's fine. It's a mobile game, right? So you know exactly what you're getting out of it. So I'm going to say mid for that. All right, we got a bunch of Animal Crossing games here. This is New Leaf, which I played the least of. I played for about a day. So I don't have a lot to go off of for that. I do feel like the first one is a masterpiece, though. The first one is amazing. It just gets everything right when it comes to, like, that kind of simulator game. You know, I think one of the biggest issues with newer Animal Crossing games is everybody has to be, like, good. They all have to be a good person. Except they clearly need to, like, fit a certain personality type. So you get, like, the snotty person who's, like, instead they're just passively aggressive. You know what I mean? They're just worse. They're just bad people in the worst possible way. But, like, in the first Animal Crossing, they just, like, straight up be like, they just be a dick. They'd be a dick for no reason, and it was just the funniest thing because you just have this like little cow, and they're like, "Fuck you." I think your house looks like shit, and you're like, "Okay, thank you." Did I ever play Warhammer Online? I don't think I did that one. No. Daggerfall better be a masterpiece. You better know it's not. All right, I'm gonna say both of these are great. I haven't played enough to really say for New Leaf, but I enjoyed what I played, and it's probably, it's mostly, you know, it's an Animal Crossing experience. You kind of know what you're getting out of it. Ark Survival Evolved. This is a game that I played when it was I was about to say when it was in early access, but I'm pretty sure it's still in early. I'm pretty sure it's still in early access, even though they're making a sequel. Ark Survival Evolved. I played it like the first year it came out. It wasn't right when it came out, but it was pretty early on when it came out. And man, it sucked back then. It was a bad game back then. I know a lot of people think it's great, but I can only judge it based off of what I enjoyed at the time. And it was awful. It was a terrible experience. What's the Conan game worth playing if you're a fan? I mean, the MMO is if you're a fan of Conan, you'll probably enjoy the MMO. But I'm not a fan, and I've only seen one of the movies. So I do have another Conan game on this list, but I don't know where it is. Somewhere. What you doing down there? Armored Core Silent Line. I think this is the only Armored Core game I played. It's kind of difficult because if you look up the games around the same time period, they mostly all look pretty similar, but this one looks the most familiar. So I'm pretty sure this is the only one I played. I remember really enjoying it, but it's also Armored Core, especially back then, was one of those games where it was just so obtuse to play. I mean, I'm sure you guys know about the Armored Core grip, the backwards grip, where you had to you hold the controller upside down. Wait, let me get a controller to show you what it looks like. I didn't do this because I didn't know about this grip at the time, but it's like, I think it's something like this. Like you hold it like this. Yeah. And if you ever have to play a video game with your controller upside down, it's probably not a masterpiece, but I'm gonna say it's pretty good. It's pretty great. It's a great game. Army of Two. I didn't enjoy this game. I found it really boring, so I'm gonna say it's mid. Assassin's Creed 2 is pretty good, but I fucking hate Ezio. I hate Ezio so much. His accent is so awful. It's just the worst Italian accent. I know everybody loves it because they've never heard an Italian person their entire life. But it's terrible. It's the worst. It's so grating to listen to. So I'm gonna say it's great, but I'm gonna say Brotherhood is playable and Revelations is playable. Syndicate is trash. Syndicate is the most boring Assassin's Creed game I've ever played. Actually, no, that's not true. Valhalla is the most boring. But they're both trash. So the thing with Syndicate is they took all of the side missions from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and they made that just the game. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. There is a main quest, but it doesn't feel like it because every main quest is just a side mission, essentially. It's so boring. Also, the guy sucks. What is the guy's name? Syndicate. Main characters. Okay, Jacob. Jacob is awful. He's the most annoying character of all time. And Evie is fantastic. The girl is great. The girl is interesting. I only played as the girl when I could because she wasn't the worst character ever made. Assassin's Creed 3 was pretty good. I'm going to put it in great, I guess. Black Flag, I guess let's put that in a masterpiece. That was pretty good. Origins was also great, but they hadn't quite figured out like the mechanics of the new stuff yet. Assassin's Creed was basically just parkour simulator. No, you're thinking of well, I guess it's realistic parkour simulator. I feel like Prince of Persia is more of an enjoyable parkour simulator, but also there's Mirror's Edge, which is literally parkour simulator. That was pretty good. Assassin's Creed Unity, I'm gonna say was also pretty good. I really enjoyed that one. Original Assassin's Creed, masterpiece, and Odyssey is a masterpiece. So yeah. Hopefully they get good again. I haven't played Mirage, but I haven't heard anything about that game either, so I don't know. Black Flag, otherwise known as the last good AC game? No, Odyssey, I think Odyssey was better than Black Flag. Black Flag, the problem with both Odyssey and Black Flag, though, is they have no reason being an Assassin's Creed game. There's absolutely... If you took out the Assassin's Creed stuff, it would change nothing about the game, except make it better. Because the worst part about Black Flag is all of the weird super magic science stuff that you have to do all of a sudden. You're playing a good, fun game, and it's like, climb this temple that's made by ancient aliens. It's like, this is probably kind of racist, but all right. Okay. AC Valhalla trying to follow the Skyrim hype 10 years too late. Yeah. Oh, I think it was trying to follow the God of War hype, is what it was doing. Especially since with the DLC, they literally just were like, let's do God of War. Except, unlike God of War, the story is boring and the gameplay sucks. Imagine playing any AC game and thinking it's supposed to make sense. It's not about making sense. It's about that why? Why is it there? Nobody likes the future stuff. Nobody likes the future weird sci-fi stuff. Just get rid of it. People like Assassin's Creed because they can play in a cool, fun, historical fiction world and be like a medieval guy. You know what I mean? That's why people like those games. They're not. Maybe there's one person out there who's like, yeah, I really love the racist pyramid. I really like that part. It's like, all right, great, good for you, I guess. That's cool. Atelier is a pretty cool franchise. If you want a video game that is chill, if you want a video game that's about as chill as you can possibly get, there's no stress, there's no worries. Even when bad things are happening, it's fine. It's not really a big deal. It's whatever. You know things are gonna work out. At the end of the day, everybody's gonna work out. All the people who are bad guys, just a misunderstanding. They're still your friends. It's not a big deal. That's Atelier is the game for you. I'm gonna say both are great. I'm not a big fan of the combat in Atelier Ryza because it's that like Final Fantasy ATB system. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's that system where it's turn-based, but you're timed. You still have to go through a giant menu to figure out your attack, but you have 5 seconds to do it. And it's like, this is not fun. This sucks. Why are you timing this? What is the point of the timer other than to stress me out? What happened to my Twitter account? I got rid of that ages ago. I'm pretty sure I got rid of it the day that Elon said he's changing it to X. The moment it changed to X, or no, because he said he was going to do that, but I didn't believe him. The moment it actually changed to X, I was like, I'm out. I can't fucking do this. This place sucks anyway. He's released all of the Nazis from Twitter jail, so now they're everywhere. I'm not a big fan. No, people like the parts of AC where you're an Australian nerd running around with a fanny pack. It's so fun. It's so good. Which was following the Skyrim hype? Do you like Thief? Well, you're about to see that I played very little of Thief, and I'll talk more about that when we get there. Can you see it on the list, actually? That might be why you brought it up. Actually, no, it's in the T's, and we're in the B's. Canteen abandoned the ship before it started sinking. Nice move. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure it started sinking way before that. It had sprung a few leaks already, and it was going down. It's just, that was when it was obvious, That's when the ship had split in two and everybody was scrambling to the lifeboats. This is a Batman game for... This right here is a Batman game for the arcade. It's a racing game. And that sounds cool, but it's not. It's an awful game. It's just one of those arcade games that, like, just is designed to chew through quarters as fast as possible. You play the game for about 5 seconds and you hit a wall and it's like, it's over. You need to put in $5 of quarters if you want to continue. And I'm like, no, I'm obviously not going to do that. I really don't have YouTube notifications on, so it was the only place that tell me when you were streaming. Yeah, that was the one downside. I wasn't a big fan of getting rid of it because I like the use of Twitter. It's really useful. But I don't like all of the Nazis. As far as I'm concerned, I thought you were going to stream yesterday. Yeah, that's mostly, that is another big downside of not having Twitter, is letting people know that I'm just kind of streaming when I can now because my health is so fucked that a lot of days I can't guarantee that I'll feel even good enough to get out of bed. So I just kind of stream when I'm able to. There's plenty of other platforms where you can see... What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh, just because he said I only used Twitter to see 2 things, the rest I ignore. Alright, anyways, this Batman racing game sucks. And then we have Batman I think this is Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham Asylum is amazing. That game is really good. I'd say I can't decide if I like Arkham City more or Asylum more. But I think in terms of gameplay and game direction, it's the best. It's the best one easily. So I'm gonna put that one in masterpiece, and I'm gonna put all the other ones in great. Oh, except for Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights. I played Gotham Knights recently, and that game is so bad. That game is so awful. I can't believe it. I can't believe how bad that game is. Gotham Knights feels like the game that came out before Arkham Asylum. Like the combat is unpolished. It feels like a game that exists before they figured out how to make the Arkham combat. Like that, it feels like PS2 combat. It's terrible. It's janky. The animations are janky and don't look good. There's no real combos or anything. It's just boring and awful. And the characters are all ruined. They ruined specifically Tim Drake. That's the only character I like, and unsurprisingly, his personality is destroyed because nobody ever understands what to do with him. Do I not have Arkham Knight on this list? That's Arkham Origins. I don't think I have Arkham Knight. What the heck? The only redeeming thing about Arkham Knight is the villain's roast after Batman dies. I really liked Arkham Knight, but the car combat ruins that game. It's the only reason why I just can't go back to that game. I can't go back to Arkham Knight because there's like 50% of it is using the Batmobile, and the Batmobile is terrible. All right, let's just drag this up real quick. So I'm gonna put this in great also. Battlefield 3. Which one was Battlefield 3? That came out after Bad Company 2. So that would have been... I guess that would have been the last... Oh, yeah, because I don't have Battlefield 4 on here. I thought I did play Battlefield 4, though. Or maybe I didn't. Wait, let's look up Battlefield 4. Oh, yeah, I played like 5 minutes of this. So that counts. For those wondering what counts as me playing a game, if I went out of my way to try and play it, and it wasn't like a demo, if it was a trial, that doesn't count, but anything else counts. All because I only played it for 5 minutes doesn't mean it's not trash, okay? Because if your game was good, I would want to keep playing the game. You know what I mean? If after 5 minutes I want to kill myself, the game is awful. The game is terrible. That's a big list? Yeah, it's a pretty big list. And it's apparently still getting bigger. What was the first game I ever played? It would have been on the Nintendo, because I got the NES. I got the NES. My dad got it from a garage sale. So it would have been the Nintendo. It probably would have been Mario Bros. Is probably the first game, because I got a few games with it. I got Duck Hunt. I got Super Mario Bros. I got Castlevania. I got a track of like a F1 racing game that's on this list somewhere. And there was another game, but I couldn't figure out what it was. There was another game that was like you were in a tank or something. But no matter what, the problem is I didn't have any of the cases. I just had like the cartridge, which made it harder because like going through a list of all the games, they always show you the case. So it's like, all right, I don't recognize these, and any of these could have been that game. Any of them could have been it. I don't see Baldur's Gate 3 on that list. That's because it's not. I have not played that game yet. Battlefield 3 was fine. I'm gonna say playable. It wasn't great. After coming off of Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3 was just like a disappointment. They got rid of the destructible environments. The classes weren't as enjoyable. The maps weren't as like big and fun. It was whatever. Bad Company 2 though isn't. Bad Company 2, I haven't played the single player campaign, but the multiplayer for Bad Company 2 cannot be beat. That was the best first person shooter game, period. And it will never be beaten. It's just it's amazing how good it was. The maps were huge, but they were designed so that way they weren't like a pain in the ass to get across. Like I think um a lot of like Battlefield 3 tried to do the same thing, but the layout wasn't very good is the problem. But like, so if you were, I loved playing as a sniper in Bad Company 2, but you could still be at the start of the map in some areas, and everybody else was at the end of the map, and you could still be a sniper. It wasn't easy. Because you couldn't actually see anybody. You couldn't see them. All you could see were the pings, because somebody would ping a character and you'd see like the little marker run across. So you had to gauge, all right, what's the distance between this marker and the character's model, the person's body, right? I remember one of the best moments I had in that game. I was playing with a friend, one of the people who's no longer my friend that I was talking about earlier. And I wasn't at the start of the map, but I wasn't that far up. I was like, there was like this hill and it would go down and there'd be the ocean, and you'd kind of go around the ocean and then go back up and there'd be a big forest. So I was at the top of the hill and I was sniping from there, and I saw an enemy ping, and I saw my friend's ping, my friend's marker and the enemy marker, and I could see they were getting closer. But I was like, I want to kill that guy. So I said I'm sorry for kill stealing. Then I fired the gun, and then it was like 3 seconds later, and the guy and my friend was like, what the hell? Was that you? And I'm like, yeah, that was me that just stole that kill from you. He's like, I didn't even know they were there when you apologized for it. And I was like, yeah, I just figured you were gonna see him any second now. It was also a game where you had to account for like bullet drop also, so you couldn't just like point your crosshair directly at their head and fire. You had to be like, all right, it's probably gonna drop this much based on the distance. So it was really challenging, but that's what made it so fun. Because like when you got a kill, it was like, that was insane, that was crazy. In my opinion, Ezio's trilogy, it's one of the 5 best stories of all video game franchises. I don't think the story itself is bad. I just hate Ezio. I hate Ezio so much. I hate what he stands for. I don't even remember what he stands for. But mostly I just hate listening to Ezio. Having to listen to Ezio, how does his accent even go? Wait, let's just listen to him say stuff. Ezio saying stuff. Ezio explains the creed.
Such a climb. È così bello qui.
It began thousands of years ago, but here it was.
Oh yeah, it's so weirdly bouncy. They began thousands of years ago. He sounds like somebody. It sounds like somebody just trying to do a bad Italian accent. Like he's intentionally trying to make fun of Italians is what he sounds like. Ezio is the most OP guest character in Soul Calibur 6. 5? I was about to say, I was like, I don't think... Yeah, because that's the one I haven't played. Is the one with Ezio in it. And I was so mad. When the guest character was Ezio, I was fuming. And it's the only reason why I didn't get that game. Because I was still a massive fan of Soul Calibur at the time. And I was so stoked for 5. And when they're like, it's Ezio, I'm like, fuck you. I've never played these games again. You've lost a fan. You've lost a customer, so Capcom or whoever it is. Yeah, anyway, Bad Company is fine. The story in Bad Company is pretty good. I don't even know if there's multiplayer in Bad Company. Well, I played it before I had access to Xbox Live. Bionicle, oh my god, Bionicle the video game. I want to stream this game because I remember really liking it, but it was also so awful. It was such a bad game Like that even at the time I was aware of like this is not a good game. What the fuck? What is this? Get out of Mountain Dew Gaming? Is this an actual is this actually Mountain Dew? Did I? Wait, can I not block them? Can I not block Mountain Dew? They're blocked. Oh, here we go. I did the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. They're banned. I can't believe I just had to ban the official Mountain Dew account. What the fuck? What was that? Why is Mountain Dew coming in here and spamming like he's a bot? I mean, he probably is a bot. What the fuck? What was that? Ezio in Soul Calibur 5 gets a gun that fires unblockable bullets? What? Is Cervantes' bullets, are those unblockable also? Or is it just Ezio? Because there's no difference in their guns. Cervantes' gun is probably technically better than Ezio's. Does that be hilarious? Cervantes' bullets can be blocked? Why would they do that? You know that was just a decision because they're like, we need to make sure that Ezio is powerful and people want to play as Ezio. We're going to make him so powerful that he's literally broken. Anyway, Bionicle is a masterpiece, obviously. Amazing game. I hate Borderlands so much. I hate the comedy in Borderlands. I don't think it's funny. I think it's stupid. It's like not to like not to say bad things about people who like Borderlands, but it's like middle schooler humor. When you're in middle school, I feel like you'd think this is funny. Borderlands is one of my favorite franchises. I hate all the characters in Borderlands. I feel like the core gameplay is not very interesting. I guess that's everything. It's because it was future tech? Oh, true. That's right. He did have tech from the future. From the past. From the past future. The future that was the past. Although Assassin's Creed went from the assassins are very strict but are fighting against the Templars who are terrible to they both are kind of extremists but the assassins still are against tyranny. The freedom was a mistake. I don't know. The first game the assassin's leader is literally doing the exact same as the Templars. Like I feel like that was kind of how it always was. Also, freedom was obviously a mistake. What game is that? What game is where freedom was a mistake? What game was that one? Because I stopped paying attention to the backstory after 3, so I honestly have no idea what happened in any of the others. I mean, I know it happened in like the core gameplay, but the future stuff, no idea. I was checked out. Whenever I got woken up from the Animus, I was like, no, I'm gonna go to sleep. Tell me when it's over. I never really cared for Borderlands. Yeah. I wasn't really well, I don't know. Maybe I was kind of, because I have ADHD. So, like, for me, like, constantly getting loot is really exciting, but it felt really boring in Borderlands. Somehow they made it feel incredibly boring getting new loot. I don't know, because I haven't played in a long time, so I don't know how to say what I hated about it, other than I hated it. Every game after Assassins became the antagonist. Oh, every game after the Assassins became the antagonist. I'm trying to remember when the Assassins even appeared after that. when did the Assassins even show up, aside from the character you're playing? There was Black Flag, but they were just kind of there. They didn't really do anything. There was Unity, and you were a part of the Assassins group, and they were pretty cool. But I don't remember other than that. I didn't finish Syndicate because I hated Syndicate. Cell shaded? Borderlands is actually not cell shaded. Borderlands just uses textures to get the cell shaded style. And then what they do is they take Borderlands 3 probably uses PBR shaders, but they use normal shading, and they just kind of they sharpen the edges essentially. So that way there's it kind of has the cell shaded look, but it's not actually cell shaded. I don't know if it really matters that much, but actually, you know what? No, it does matter because I feel like Borderlands is hard to look at. Borderlands is hard to look at, and normal cell shading like Breath of the Wild, which actually is technically not normal cell shading. Now I think about it, normal cell shading like Wind Waker looks fucking amazing. Me and my friend have been co-oping Borderlands 1. It does feel like something crucial is missing. Yeah, the fun, the enjoyment. So this is how Liberty dies with thunderous applause. Desmond Miles. That's my favorite quote from Assassin's Creed. Tales from the Borderlands was legit really funny. I haven't played that one. I mean, it's also made by a completely different team, so it's not surprising they'd get a good writer for once. I'm using voice to text because I'm too lazy to type. Borderlands is the type of game you play when you want to turn your brain off and blow shit up. Man, remember Mercenaries? We're gonna get to that. Mercenaries was definitely that game. Wind Waker looks so good. It's my favorite Zelda game. It's mine also. Which you will once we get to Zelda at the end of this video, at the end of this stream, you will see. Anyway, Borderlands is trash. Bound by Flame. I'm gonna say playable. I don't remember a whole lot of it. I haven't played a whole lot of it actually. And I remember thinking it's fine. It's a game. It's a game you can play if you don't have a game to play. That's basically Bound by Flame. The same with the first Templar, which is also on this list somewhere, I think. Or maybe it's not. Did I only play the demo for that? Maybe I did. It's games that give their characters big black borders that I don't like with Wind Waker. It looks like a legitimate cartoon. Yeah, well, that's another thing too. A lot of people think cel shaded is just having the big black borders, which is not. That's a totally different thing. Because cel shading is like an actual technical shading mechanic. And a big black border is literally just a big black... It's literally just a big black piece of the model. That's what it is. The model is technically chubbier because of it. It's kind of weird, though, that nobody's figured out a better way to do that. You think they would come out with like a better alternative? But no. Maybe they have, and I don't know about it. The With Thunderous Applause was first in Star Wars Episode 3. Yes, I'm aware. I was making a joke. Continue. It's me again. I'm back after so long. Oh my god, welcome, Flux Raccoon. And yet you haven't clapped Balgriff's cheeks once? How disappointing. Bro, that guy's disgusting. That guy's gross. He's gross in personality and in body shape. The Bourne Conspiracy. That game sucks. It was before I read any of the Bourne books, when I played it, so I don't know. I remember it not really lining up well with the movies, but I don't think it lines up well with the books either. It's just a game where you go around and shoot people, and that's pretty much it. The only game I accepted it was the Smash Brothers for 3DS because it was weaker hardware that needed it. For what, cel shading? They couldn't even get Matt Damon? No, they couldn't. They can't afford Matt Damon. Bulletstorm. This game was... I also thought this game was boring. I'm going to say mid. Was this, Cliff Bleszinski or whatever? Was that his name? What the fuck is his name? Bleszinski. Bleszinski. What did he make? Was he Bulletstorm? I'm pretty sure he was Bulletstorm. Yeah, he was. That game was really boring. The game was really boring. I didn't play much of it, so maybe it got better, but it was not enjoyable in the beginning. I'm gonna, Bully is fine, honestly. I know a lot of people really like Bully, but I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. You're supposed to be a bully, but you're not really a bully. You're the good guy, and you're supposed to want to bully everybody, but everybody sucks, but also you suck. But you're not really a bully. You're just a kid who sucks. You're just like a dick. You know what I mean? You're just like the annoying kid that just has no good qualities about him. Like they don't he doesn't really do anything terrible, but he's just his existence is bad. That's the kind of kid Bully is. So I'm gonna say it's playable. The Mountain Dew gaming stream is apparently just a looped image of the logo of their latest product, which feels oddly dystopian. There's no way that can be real, but they had a check mark. They had a verified check mark. So they're clearly the actual Mountain Dew people. What is this? What is this world? Why are they going into other people's streams and telling people to go watch a stream that doesn't exist? As a 18, I loved that I could kiss boys in Bully was a big deal back then. I didn't even think about that. I don't think I kissed anybody because I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't want to kiss any of them. Burnout 3 Takedown. This game is a masterpiece, 100%. Burnout 3 is so good. I wish I could stream it, but because it only uses like copywritten tracks, like audio tracks, songs, I don't think I could. I mean, I could. There might be a way to turn off the music and then do it and then put on my own music, but at the same time, the songs are part of the experience. Why did you like Odyssey so much more than Valhalla? Odyssey, the core gameplay loop in Valhalla is so unbelievably long. Like getting from doing one thing to the next. I think I read somewhere you never want, I think it was like the key target supposedly between like doing one thing and another thing in an open world. So like you're at one outpost and now the next outpost is supposed to be about 45 seconds away. I don't know if that really is a good target amount, but in Valhalla, it felt like the next thing was like 5 minutes away. You go and you do one thing and then you just spend forever getting to the next thing. And then you do it and there was nothing good there. There was no interesting loot to get. There was no interesting people, and the story itself was so boring and abrasive. Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like, yeah, we're edgy, but we're not too edgy because then we don't want to get a bad rating. We want to stay. Is Valhalla M rated? Doesn't feel M rated, does it? Feels PG rated. It is M rated. It's like, yeah, we're talking about drinking alcohol, but we're not going crazy with the alcohol. It's terrible. It was a terrible experience. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there was a ton of loot to get. You're always like 5 seconds away from the next thing, and the story was like I really enjoyed the world of Greece, so that in itself was already more interesting to me. Because the world of an empty landscape during the ages of early Britain is not as interesting, to be honest. But also the story was crazy enough, but also grounded enough to kind of still be engaging and fit the sphere of what it was trying to go for. So that's why I hated it. That's why I hated Valhalla. I'm in England and it's late going to go. All right, sleep well, Merman Sam. I like the Greek mythology more than the Vikings too, I think. I mean, the Vikings could be interesting. Like God of War made it really interesting, right? Anything can be interesting, but you gotta like try and make it interesting. If you make it as boring as possible, it's not gonna be good. Can I start over? Yeah, sure. I'm not even a third of the way through. I might need to speed it up for some of this. Although it's only been about an hour since we started, so it's not that bad. Burnout Paradise they basically tried to take Burnout 3 and make it an open world game in the similar kind of vein as like Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was pretty much Need for Speed Most Wanted, but you could destroy cars, and I don't know. It didn't quite latch me. I'm gonna say playable. It's not quite playable. It's better than just playable. It is fun, but it's definitely not great, so. Burnout Revenge. Wait, which one is Burnout Revenge? Is that the one that came out after Burnout Paradise or before? Oh, Burnout Revenge came out when? Maybe I should just watch a video of it. 2005? When was Paradise? That would have been like 2006, right? 2008, okay. I believe I didn't like this one. I don't think I liked this one. But I don't remember anything about Burnout Revenge. Oh, I kind of remember. The roads and stuff just wasn't as interesting. It just wasn't as interesting of a core gameplay loop. So I'm going to say... I'm also going to say playable, because Paradise is definitely better. Original Burnout. So this is a fun story. I really wanted Burnout 3 because I kept on renting it from the back in my day, back when I was a kid. We had like local movie stores where you'd go and you rent DVDs and VHSs. And you could rent video games. And so I rented Burnout 3 a few times. I was like, this game's amazing. I gotta get this game. I need this game. So anyway, I was at the local GameStop and I saw Burnout 3 on the shelf and I was like, oh, it's only $5? This is crazy. This is out of control. I can't believe they're selling Burnout 3 for only $5. At Walmart, it was like $50. So yeah, I was like, Mom, can you buy this? She's like, yeah, sure. No problem. It's only $5. So anyway, we bought it. And then I was like, man, Mom, I can't believe we found Burnout 3 for only $5. And she's like, Burnout 3? You know the one you purchased is Burnout 1, right? And I was like, yeah, I knew that. I just said it wrong. I just was joking. Because, like, I didn't want to admit to my mom, like, this thing I was really excited for that you just bought me is the wrong game. It's the wrong video game. I'm more concerned. I was more worried about, like, my mom being disappointed in me being disappointed about it. You know what I mean? Because she knew I was so excited. But she clearly knew that I was lying about that. She's like, "Are you sure we can just go back and return it?" And I'm like, "No, this is the game I want. This is what I want. I'm gonna go home and play this." So anyway, I went home and I played Burnout, and it wasn't as fun. So I'm gonna say mid because I didn't enjoy it. Eventually it reached a point. It reached a point where my parents were clearly aware that I was really sad about not having the right Burnout game, that one day my dad came home and he had purchased Burnout 3 from the store. And I was like, oh my God, you have Burnout 3? This is crazy. So yeah, that was a good moment. But, followed by a depressing moment. Introverted kids be like, yeah, exactly, 100%. Okay, Dangerous Hunts 2. I also have a funny story about Dangerous Hunts 2. So in Dangerous Hunts 2, there's like the story campaign. It's very on rails. You just kind of go through a very linear like area. And there was this one area where you go to Africa. And you have this guy who's speaking in like the African click language, which probably he wasn't actually speaking it. He was probably just making random click noises, if I had to guess. Actually, I can look it up. Dangerous Hunts 2. Was the guy speaking actual language? Actually language. He can only speak in beeps, beeps, pops, clicks, and whistles. There's no way. Okay, well, apparently... Apparently nobody else has ever asked this question, but there's absolutely zero chance he was actually speaking the language properly. Anyway, there was this guy, and he was leading us down this trail. And yeah, we came up to this rock, and he walked up to the rock, and then he fell through the rock. He fell through the rock, and then he was just gone for the rest of the level. I don't mean like it was like it was part of the story. I mean, he clipped through the world, and he fell out of the level, and was just gone. He never came back. So yeah, masterpiece, obviously. Best game ever. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Probably a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for this, but I hated this game, so I'm gonna say mid. Castlevania. Oh my god, this Castlevania game is so good. It's pretty bad. Like compared to God of War, the God of War games back on the PS2, it's not because it tries to do the same thing. It really wanted to be God of War 3 and it wasn't. But I find the story really interesting. I think the game was really good. So I'm going to say masterpiece. Original Castlevania, playable. If you don't have nostalgia for this game, you should never be playing it. It's just one of those games that's so unbelievably obtuse and hard for no reason other than the fact to like just prevent you from completing it. That's it. Champions of Noreth is also amazing. I don't have any copies right now, but I really want to get a copy of the first one and probably the second one. I think the second one's the one I played more though. But I'm going to put both in great because I don't remember it clearly wasn't good enough for me to purchase my own, but I remember really enjoying it. I enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed Baldur's Gate, that's for sure. Original Castlevania is so good. Man, that game is just so nonsense. Such a nightmare of a game. At the end, you got to determine the number one game and the biggest piece of trash. That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I already know my number one game. The only reason why I wasn't going to do that initially is because I was going to do a video on my top 5 favorite games. But I guess we could do that. Champions Online was pretty good. I never played City of Heroes because I didn't have a copy of it, and then it closed down around the same time that Champions Online came out. But I know people like that game more, but I'm going to say Champions Online is great. It's a great game. Chivalry 2 is also pretty good. I'm going to say great because there are things I don't like about it. I don't like how a lot of the armor pieces are like certain team only. Hi TC, hope you're having a good day. I'm having such a great day. So good. I've almost had all of this big bottle of stuff. I'm going to make a pizza later. That's going to be pretty good. Adventure Quest Worlds was way too great for a pay-to-win browser game. 100%. All of the Adventure Quest games, except for Adventure Quest 3D, was way too good. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Chivalry 2. I don't like how some of the team stuff, like the clothing options, are limited. But that's pretty much it. Whoa, oh my god, wear the adoring fan wig. Oh. Okay. There we go. Oh, Jesus. DiGiorno? No, it's Red Baron. I feel like DiGiorno is so expensive, but it's not that good. Like it's Red Baron quality, but it's it's Sicilian, it's screaming Sicilian. It's more expensive than screaming Sicilian. Because DiGiorno's like $8. Screaming Sicilian is like $7. And Red Baron is now $5. You just cooked a Red Baron pizza? Oh my god. A Torn fan, I hope you know what you're doing. I don't know anything. City Skylines, I think it's fine. I'm gonna say playable. This is the new one, I think. Oh, no, wait, no. This is the other one. This is the... Oh, yeah, I hated this one. I'm going to say mid. Everybody loved this game, City Skylines. This is the indie, probably not really indie. My mouse not working. My mouse isn't working. What is happening? Fuck. Why is my mouse not working? Did my mouse just die midway through this? Oh, it's working for now. We might have to take a break so my mouse can charge in a bit. We'll see. Is that Castlevania Lords of Shadow and Masterpiece tier? You better believe it is. Next stream live taste testing pizzas? That'd be fun. City Skylines, there was a lot of DLC stuff that clearly you needed to in order to actually enjoy that game, and I don't have any of that stuff, and I'm not about to pay it for it. I'm not about to buy it. Civilization 3 is amazing. Civilization 3, I think I like Civilization 4 more, but Civilization 3 is so good. They're both masterpieces. 5, I'm going to say is playable, and 6, I'm going to say is great. That's my opinions on that. Call of Duty 3, what is that one? What is Call of Duty? What happened in Call of Duty 3? Call of Duty 3. Full movie. Was this just the cutscenes? Nope, it's a guy playing it. It's not a movie, but alright. Honestly, all of these PS2 Call of Duty and Medal of Honor games, identical. I'm gonna say they're all playable. Oh, Black Ops was pretty good. Modern Warfare 2, I'm going to say masterpiece. Finest Hour, playable. Where did wow, there it is. Modern Warfare 4. I haven't played a whole lot of Modern Warfare 4, so I'm just going to say it's great because it pretty much established the arcade FPS genre. It pretty much established it. Actually, no, Halo 2 did that, didn't it? Whatever. Civ 6's Unstacked Cities is such a fantastic feature, it elevates it above the rest for me. Civ 6 is pretty good, but there's some features in Civ 4 I really, really like. Like, I like the way that your cities actually, like, grow and spread out, and that you can kind of claim new territory. I really like that. Oh, I just realized, wait, is there a Civ game on this list that I forgot? I'm going to add it in case I did forget it. Civ Revolution. What did I could have sworn it was called Revolution and not Revolution. Oh yeah, it is called, why did I think it was called Revolution? Alright, whatever. This game is awful. This game is so bad. Civ Revolution is so terrible. Where the hell is it? There it is. We can put this in trash tier. Bam. There we go. Terrible game. That was on DS. Yeah, I believe it was Civilization 5, but like dumbed down as much as possible. Dumbed down to hell. Terrible. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I hated that game. Call of Duty World at War. That's a pretty good game. I enjoyed that. That was the Call of Duty. That was the first Call of Duty where I started playing multiplayer, like online. Conan Exiles. I barely played this game. I'm going to say it's playable. Conqueror's Blade. I've also barely played this game, and I thought it was fine. It's playable, and that's pretty much it. It's a battle royale, which I hate. I don't like battle royales, so that's obviously off to a bad start. Crackdown. Now that's a great game. Crackdown 2, great game. Fantastic. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, that's pretty good. I don't know though. But in the same tier as Champions? No way. Playable. Terrible. Terrible game actually, I've decided. Dark Alliance is also terrible. Neverwinter is fine. This is the D&D Neverwinter Online. So it's an MMO. It's similar to Lord of the Rings Online. They pretty much took what they did with Lord of the Rings Online and kind of improved it. But the game itself is boring. Like, Lord of the Rings Online is only really good because the world is so interesting. The world of... that game is carried by Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, the story is holding that entire game on its shoulders. Desperate to be crushed beneath its boringness. But Neverwinter doesn't have that, because D&D is a boring world. D&D is boring. So there you go. Dark Messiah, Might and Magic. That was pretty good. I'll put that great. Other than Crackdown 3, just because it's still fun, I don't think I ever played Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 was on Xbox One, right? Yeah, I didn't play this one. I was really excited for it. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised that if I played Crackdown 3, I would say that it's about as good. It's probably about as good as all the others. Like, in hindsight, none of the Crackdown games are that great, but they're still really fun to play, which is what matters. Why did you play the hack and slash versions of Baldur's Gate and the MMO version of Neverwinter Nights, but not the CRPG versions? Well, the CRPG, it's mostly because I didn't have them. I really wanted to get Neverwinter Nights because it looked really cool, and it was BioWare, obviously. BioWare and Obsidian, who I love both of those. I used to love both of those, actually. I now hate one of them and love the other one more. But the original Baldur's Gate, when did those come out? Because I would have been really young. Came out in 2000, so it would have been 6. Nah. I mean, we didn't have a computer that could play anything in 2000. So that's obviously one reason. And looking at that game, no, no way. Those really old CRPGs are just so obtuse to play that it's like, no, I can't do it. It's one of the only reasons why I haven't played Pillars of Eternity yet. Because I'm like, it's built around like terrible game design. Just awful choices in game design that clearly exist because people didn't know better, you know? And it's funny too, because the people who made Pillars of Eternity, they were talking about how like they kind of hated making Pillars of Eternity because there were so many things where they're like, this is bad. This is just bad, straight up bad game design, but we have to do it. What the fuck? What is happening? What's this yellow line? Oh, it's because of that. Oh, never mind. Anyway, Obsidian's like, we have to do this because it's Kickstarter. It's been Kickstarted, and our backers expect it to be like this, even though it sucks. So that's what they said, and I believe them. I 100% agree. Dark Souls masterpiece. I'm almost at the end. I need to beat that game. We'll probably beat it sometime eventually. We'll beat it eventually. What is this? Is this... Oh, that's Budokai 2. Okay, I need to figure out the differences between all of these. DBZ Budokai 2. Let's see what happened with this one. Oh, it's this one. This one's pretty good. This one's a masterpiece, obviously. Budokai 3. Is Budokai 3 the one where you can fly around? The enhanced editions fixed quite a lot of bad stuff. Yeah, I actually considered playing those. But I still haven't. Maybe I will do it eventually. If I would do it on stream. Then everybody can suffer with me. Yes, this is the one we can fly around. Okay, Budokai 3 masterpiece. Which means Budokai 1 is great. Budokai 1's pretty good. I did really enjoy it. But the improvements they made in 2 and 3 are just phenomenal. Dokkan Battle's a mobile game. I think of the mobile games that are, you know, very mobile game-esque, it's one of the better ones. It's definitely up there. I played Dokkan Battle for a very long time. I only stopped playing Dokkan Battle because Genshin Impact came out. Even though I don't play that on my phone. I don't play Genshin Impact on my phone. But I think it's because I can only have like one... I can only have one daily task grinding game at a time. I cannot do 2. That's too much. It's insanity. Budokai 3 is the best. It took them 3 versions to get a proper blue Kamehameha. Yeah. Man, I feel like Kakarot, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes kind of close to capturing the fun of Budokai 3, but there's a lot of things it still misses. I mostly just say that because you can fly around. That's pretty much it. Anyway, Kakarot, I'm going to say is a great game. It's not quite a masterpiece, but it's really good. I did not enjoy Fighters. By the way, it's supposed to be pronounced Dragon Ball Fighters. I know everybody pronounces it Fighter Z, which I did because why? Look at this. Look at this. DBZ Fighters. You're telling me that... Oh, okay, fuck. How do I show you this? Whatever. You can see it here. You can see it here. You telling me Fighter Z is pronounced Fighters? You've never heard anyone say Fighter Z? Really? Maybe it's the other way around then. Maybe I've got it mixed up. You know what? Wait. Let's look it up. Maybe I'm a moron. How is it pronounced? Yeah, it's pronounced Fighters, not Fighter Z. I would love to tell you that I've only heard people pronounce it Fighter Z, but I don't know anybody, so I've never heard anybody else pronounce it. But you think it's Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, right? Because you don't pronounce it Dragon Balls. You don't say Dragon Balls. And also the Z is huge. They put a massive fucking Z. They put a massive goddamn Z right here. And you're telling me you're not supposed to pronounce it separately? Why? It makes no sense. Dragon Ball Z. Honestly, Dragon Ball Z sounds better than Dragon Ball Z. Well, actually, no. Dragon Ball Z rolls off the tongue pretty well. Fighter Z sounds better. Fighter Z sounds better than Fighter Z. Especially if you say it Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's not important. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. It's a game. If you don't know what Super Dragon Ball Heroes is, essentially it is a console version of a Japanese arcade game where it's a collectible card game. So you go to the arcade in Japan, right? And you put in your money, and then it gives you some actual physical cards, and then you can use those cards on the arcade. You like slap them down, so you use the cards you own on the arcade machine, and then you can play with other people who are using the same kind of arcade machine. So it's hooked up to the internet. It's insane. It's insanity. There was a time period where I only wanted to go to Japan just so I could play this, right? So anyway, they came out with Dragon Ball Heroes, and it's essentially the same game, but without any of the fun. None of the collecting, none of the online mechanics, none of the stuff that make it unique. Stripped away. So I'm going to say it's playable. What is this? Oh, this is DBZ Legends. That game is boring as fuck. Oh my god, Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2? It's insane. After Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. After Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, I just realized I don't have those on this list. I have this Dragon Ball. Where is Tenkaichi? God damn it. After the Tenkaichi games, They just made terrible games. All awful. All the Dragon Ball games since have been awful. Except for Kakarot. That one's pretty good. Fighters is still one word, so I just assumed they thought it would be intuitive. But, like, the whole thing, it's all close together. Well, like, look at this. That's like saying this is one word, right? That's like saying this is one word. It's not. It's two words. Actually, it's one word in a letter, but whatever. There it is. This one's amazing. Dragon Ball Tenkaichi is amazing. I'm going to put it in Masterpiece also. Oh my god, welcome back to the Celeb Club, AJG. I was once at an arcade and a bar thing, and they had 8 San Francisco Rush cabinets and all set up to 8 people in one track. What? Wait, so you all could play together? That's insane. San Francisco Rush. Oh, this looks pretty cool. That would be so cool. Whoa. Dragon Ball Z Sagas is awful. I was so excited. I was so excited for Dragon Ball Z Sagas. You won't believe how excited I was. A co-op adventure game, action adventure game, that's going to be so good. No, terrible. Raging Blast is also terrible. It's just boring. Xenoverse 2? Wait, where's Xenoverse 1? Oh, there it is. Xenoverse 1 is... I'm going to say great. You know what? In hindsight, they're both kind of boring. I like the idea of being able to create your own character. I think that's cool. But the gameplay isn't very fun, and the story is just the same thing that every single Dragon Ball Z game has been, which is do all of the same stuff from the show, but even more, even more quickly, just even more condensed. How is DBZ Kakarot? It's fun. I mean, they do the same thing as they do with everything, where, like I just said, just do every story from the show. Just do a condensed version of the show. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, everything else around it is really good, but that choice kind of ruins it, in a sense. Well, not ruins it, but it makes it significantly less fun and exciting, because you're like, you know exactly what you're getting into when it comes to the like story. When it comes to the story, you know if everything that's going to happen. There's no twists or turns or surprises. There's nothing new at all outside of like some conversations you can have. Zombie Army 4 has one of the most disappointing DLCs ever. What is Zombie Army 4? It is a DLC called Blood Count taking place in Transylvania. Art for DLC shows a vampire-looking zombie. Turns out it's just a reskin crawling zombie with no lore. Why it looks like that, and you hardly get to explore the castle. That sounds great. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds really good. I've only played the first chapter of Batman Telltale games, and I thought it was fine, so I'm going to put it in playable. Infinite Crisis. Oh my god. So back in the day of League of Legends, back in the day when League of Legends was really big and everybody loved it, and everybody wanted to make their own MOBA, DC decided to make their own version of League of Legends called Infinite Crisis, and it was awful. It lasted, honestly, I don't know how long this game lasted. It was like available to play for a month. They launched the game, and a month later, it was gone. Because it was so bad and boring. So I'm going to put it in trash, obviously. Injustice is pretty good. It's pretty good. DC Universe Online? Playable. I don't know. They dropped the ball so hard on DC Universe Online. When you're in the DC Universe, you just want to be a cool superhero interacting with all of your favorite characters. And those two things, they didn't do. You're a boring-ass loser superhero who sucks. You're like, you can't, it's impossible to look cool. The coolest you get is looking like a off-brand Spirit Halloween version of your favorite character. And you barely interact with any of the characters. So anyway, yeah, boring. Dead Rising 2. I'm going to say, it's fine, honestly. It's playable. Dead Space 2. So apparently, I've discovered the only Dead Space game I played is the second one. I don't know why. Also, I didn't play from the beginning of the second one. I played around the area where you get your eye stabbed out is all I've played from Dead Space 2. So, great game, obviously. Deadliest Warrior, the game. Trash. Terrible. What an awful game. Why did they make it? Destroy All Humans. Honestly, fine. I didn't enjoy it that much. It was kind of boring. So curious how you rank each Dragon Age. Oh, you'll see. Deus Ex, I thought was fine also. I don't know. I didn't grab me. It just didn't hook me. Devil May Cry 2, great game. Fantastic. The first thing you do is see a big boobily lady boobing around. It's amazing. Devil May Cry, the remake, honestly, it was fine. It was pretty good. I didn't play that much of it, but I enjoyed what I did play. So yeah. Diablo 4, I played that recently. I enjoyed it, but like I said, I also, at the start of the stream, I said I really liked Diablo 4, but I also kind of really hated it. And this is the best I could say. In some ways, I'd say the gameplay, you don't feel as cool as you do in Lost Ark, because Lost Ark is essentially the same game. But the world is more interesting. but at the same time, they don't do anything interesting with the world that they have. Like, they create this really interesting concept where, you know, you have demons and angels, and they had to come together to make humans, and they just don't do anything with that, as far as I can tell. Maybe they do in the other games. Maybe they do later on in Diablo 4. But when I Googled it, people said no. So they dropped the ball. Diablo 3 sucks. I hate that game. I hate that game so much. I was kind of excited for Diablo 3. And then it came out, and it was the worst game ever made. Ew, DMC reboot? Look, I'll tell you right now, if you play it, you'll probably realize it's actually not that bad. Digimon Cyber Sleuth. This is actually a really good game. I'm going to put the first Cyber Sleuth in Great, and I'm going to put Hacker's Memory in Masterpiece, because Hacker's Memory has such a better story. They improved the gameplay. The story is great. You could probably play it without playing Cyber Sleuth first, honestly. Like, you'll miss out on some stuff, but you'll basically, it doesn't really matter, the first story. I enjoyed Diablo 4, but then I stopped playing it after they announced that any future story content had to be played on a brand new character each season. Wait, really? That's what they're doing? That's really bizarre. I didn't know about that. They better that would be fine if they came out with a new class every season. If there was new class that you could choose every season, that'd be pretty good. But obviously there's not. There's only 5 classes, and they're all a little bit boring. They're all a little bit boring. None of them feel that crazy. Like, I tried playing the Sorcerer because I'm like, all right, the Sorcerer, look, nobody ever gets magic right. But Diablo, they have to have gotten magic right? They have to have done it. What you want with a magic character, you just want to feel cool. You want to feel like a cool guy doing awesome magic. Nah. I mean, it feels cooler than the other characters. Not really. You should 1000% stream a Digimon game. I kind of wanted to do Cyber Sleuth, but I'm only allowed to use rookie Digimon. That was something I considered doing, but I don't know if it's possible. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee real quick because I have to pee real bad. I've returned. He plays one of my favorite Call of Duties in trash tier. Which one is that? Oh, Modern Warfare 3? Yeah, I hated that game. I hated Modern Warfare 3. To be fair, I'd already turned against Modern Warfare because I'd gotten into Battlefront Bad Company 2. And I was like, you know, in comparison, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty kind of sucks when you really think about it. Diablo 3 was good in my opinion. The thing is, I didn't even play it when it like came out and had the horrible store and all of the gameplay was super just like ruined from microtransactions and everything. I didn't even play it then. I played it. I played it years later because I'm like, maybe, maybe Diablo 3, like, now that it's been fixed and it's probably better, it's probably more enjoyable to play. And I played like 10 minutes and I was like, this game feels bad to play. This game doesn't even feel good to play. It feels awful. Anyway, Digimon Masters is trash. It's probably one of the worst MMOs ever made. Digimon Masters is genuinely... Is that game still around, actually? Maybe we can stream it. If it still exists, we could totally stream it. Oh my god, does this game still exist? No fucking way. It's still here? This is genuinely one of the worst MMOs of all time. It looks so cool, too. You're like, this game looks so good. No. No, it's terrible. It's terrible in every possible way. It looks good, Wall? Exactly. They trick you. That's how they get you. They get you by making you think it's going to be a good game. It's the worst game you've ever played in your life. Digimon World 3, by the way, one of the best games ever made. Not the best. Or not my favorite, I guess. Honestly, I think Digimon World 3 is better than every single Pokemon game. And I haven't even played that many. I haven't played that many. But I played the good one. I played the best Pokemon game, probably. Digimon World Next Order. Digimon World Next Order would be amazing. Honestly, it'd be pretty close to a masterpiece if the sound design wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened. The sound design for Digimon World Next Order is so terrible. It baffles my mind. There's only like 3 different sounds that you can hear in the game outside of like music and stuff and like voiceover and whatever. Like the menu, all the menus and all the interactions, there's only like 3 different sounds and they are so awful. It's like they're all like super high pitched, like bleep 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 kind of noises. Like they're all like phone alarms. It's terrible, and they happen every 5 seconds because anything you do triggers a sound. It triggers the worst sound of all time. The Divinity Original Sin 2 is a masterpiece. That game is awesome. That game's so good. I've never beaten it though. Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong. I was about to say it's the only Donkey Kong game I played, but this is technically also Donkey Kong, so I guess it's not. Donkey Kong Country is pretty good, actually. It's for the Game Boy Color. I mean, when you take in consideration what the Game Boy Color is capable of doing, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. The first MMO I remember playing was Pirates of the Caribbean online game. I've never played that one, but I did play a Pirates game, and it was called Pirates of the Burning Sea, and it was terrible. It was really bad, but it was one of the first games or first MMOs that I'm aware of that was like more of like an outfit collectathon kind of thing. Like it was it does the same thing that DCU Online does, where you just collect outfits and then you can transmog them. If you were a free-to-play player, you could do basically nothing, and that's what I was. I have Donkey Kong 64. I've never played. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know there was a Donkey Kong 64, or at least I didn't know that Donkey Kong 64 was like a 3D game. I always assumed it was just like another one of the Donkey Kong games, or maybe it is, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's a 3D game. It looks so good. I didn't know this existed. I just assumed it was like, Donkey Kong Country, but on the 64. It looks so great. I mean, to be fair, I've never owned a 64. So it's not like I could have done anything with that information if I had. But it looks fun. It looks pretty cool. Okay, original Donkey Kong, obviously a masterpiece. It's a terrible game, but when you consider the era that Donkey Kong came out, it's fine. It's pretty good, at least. You know what I mean? It's not terrible. It has Donkey Kong. It has everybody's favorite hero, Jumpman, the classic character. Definitely give it a try sometime. I might have to, honestly. I might have to. Don't Starve is pretty good. I'm gonna put that in great. It's just a survival game where you don't starve. Actually, you do starve. You try not to starve. Donkey Kong OG and Pac-Man OG. Oh, Donkey Kong Arcade and Pac-Man both OG. True. Okay, here we go. Dragon Age. Dragon Age Origins. It has a lot of problems, but I'm gonna put in masterpiece. The world is kind of boring. It's kind of got that D&D thing where it's like, it's not. It's kind of generic in a sense. You know what I mean? They don't do quite enough to make it stand out on its own. The art direction is pretty boring. It kind of has a World of Warcraft-esque art direction, but obviously they couldn't do World of Warcraft, and they wanted to make World of Warcraft if it was like dark and edgy. What if World of Warcraft, but their characters could be bloody? Okay, sure, I guess. But the game itself overall is really good. It's a really strong game. Dragon Age 2, God, I hate that game so much. Now look, I do always tell the classic story of it's one of the only games, actually I think it is the only game I've ever fallen asleep while playing. And to be fair, it did turn out that I had like a heart condition. It did turn out that I had like a problem with my heart. So, you know, there is that. But still, the game itself sucks. The game itself is so boring. The characters are unlikable in every aspect. And the story is just nothing. It's just not a story. And I know for certain because the person who wrote the story was like, yeah, I had this really good story and they just took everything out of the story and ruined it. And it's like, yeah, that sounds about right. Rest in peace, BioWare 1995 to 2012. Yeah. BioWare used to be my favorite game studio. I used to, like, my dream was, when I grew up, was to work at BioWare. And I'm really glad I didn't try and fulfill that dream. I'm really glad you know, people say follow your dreams, don't abandon them. But sometimes it's probably okay to abandon a few dreams. You know, give up on them because it's much worse than having your dreams absolutely destroyed by reality instead. Dragon Age Inquisition, I actually kind of liked it. I'm going to put it in great. Obviously, there's some things that just kind of really make it suck. Like all of the grinding and nonsense garbage you have to do in order to get to the story. But, you know, if you go into Dragon Age Inquisition with the mindset that it's an MMO without any of the people, then you'll have a slightly better time. I mean, I know that doesn't sound good. Okay, what is this? Dragon Quest 11. This game is awesome. This game is so good. I highly recommend. I highly recommend. If you like JRPGs and you haven't played Dragon Quest 11, what the fuck are you doing? Never played 2. I think it was Inquisition all right. Not as good as Origins, kind of just okay. Yeah, it's a fair assessment. That's exactly what it is. At least it's a game that, like, was mostly finished. That's the thing with Dragon Age 2. It's clearly... They clearly weren't even close to finishing that game. They clearly had no idea what they were making. Dragon Quest 11 is an absolute masterpiece, 100%. Dragon Quest Builders, that's pretty good. I'm gonna say it's great. I haven't played it a ton, but I enjoyed what I did. Dragon's Dogma, obviously masterpiece. I'm so excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. I can't believe Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually releasing, like, in a reasonable window, a reasonable time frame. It's supposed to come out in March, and I'm so fucking excited. You better believe I'm playing that day one. You better believe it. Dragon Quest, oh yeah, I read that. Dragon Age Inquisition isn't even an RPG. Yeah, it really isn't. There's some RPG elements. I mean, like I said, it's an MMO RPG. It's literally an MMO RPG in every possible aspect, except it doesn't have any of the people. Except it's not online or massively multiplayer. In terms of, like, the gameplay design, it's identical. Very good game, my first of the DQ series. I am pumped for 12. I'm really excited for 12 too. I think it's going to be probably pretty good. Because, I mean, all of the Dragon Quest games, they're all of the mainline ones are all, I mean, I haven't played any of the others, but I know they're all good because I've heard it. Because people have said it on the internet. And you have to trust people on the internet. They know what they're talking about. Like me. I can't think of a single outcome changing choice in Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, but that's the Western RPG standard. You know, you have all kinds of choices, all kinds of different things you can do, and they all don't matter. None of them have anything to do with the end of the game. They're just things that could happen during the game. You know, Western RPGs have it's not the destination, it's the journey mindset. And JRPGs have, you don't think the journey matters? JRPGs are like, you don't realize that you're making choices. You don't even know you've made a choice until you get to the end of the game, and they're like, here's the shitty ending because you suck, you fucking idiot. Go play this again if you want to do better. That's what JRPGs are like. I hope the next Mass Effect game doesn't have Shepard as the main character. Fuck, man, if Shepard is back, I will jump off of a bridge. A bigger bridge than a small bridge. But I'll jump off of one, you know? I'll take a nosedive. Right into like a very safe pool of water. But I won't be happy, that's for sure. I'll be upset because I'm so sick of Shepard. I hate that guy. He's so unlikable. Even if you try to be a good person as Shepard in those games, he's unlikable. Dragon's Lair, this game, I despise this game. I think in terms of what Dragon's Lair was able to do, and I played it on arcade, by the way. I didn't play it on NES. I don't know where I played it, but I do know I played it on arcade, and I know for certain because I remember playing it for 5 seconds, dying, and being like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Now I have to pay more quarters." That's the reason why I hate this game. So I'm just gonna say trash. It's trash. I hate them so much. Amazing game, awful to play. I had people tell me, yeah, but they're making a sequel for Inquisition. Man, waiting 10 years to see if I made a good choice is insane. What is this, real life? Do people really think that it's going to matter? The sequel to Inquisition is going to start and it's going to be like, what race was your Inquisition character? Were you a good person or a bad person? Okay, those choices will be referenced, but they won't have any impact on the story. Great, awesome, that's really cool. Driver is fine. Driver's, I'm gonna put it playable. The game blew my mind when I discovered you could get out of the car in Driver. That was insane. But that's pretty much it. Duck Hunt is amazing. Duck Hunt's a masterpiece, 100%. Everything about Duck Hunt is just so perfectly crafted. Your desire to... It's the only time a video game has ever made me want to shoot a dog. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck you, you stupid, you piece of shit. Dying Light? It was fine. Honestly, I'm gonna say it's playable. People who know I streamed it also know that I have not gone back to it. And that says a lot. Dynasty Warriors 3, masterpiece, 100%. Amazing game. Dynasty Warriors 4, Extreme Legends. Since it's Extreme Legends, I'm gonna put in good. I mean, great. But Dynasty Warriors 4 is also a masterpiece. I think Dynasty Warriors 4 is the best Dynasty Warriors game, honestly. The story is cool. There's branching. You can make choices. If you don't save people or you do save people, you do different battles, which is really cool. And you have different characters you can play to unlock. And it's also still like a challenge without having to put it on the hardest difficulty. Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires, I'm going to say is playable. 5 Extreme Legends, I'm gonna say, wait, which one was 5? I don't think 5 was that good. Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. Need a duck hunt with Daffy and Donald Duck as the ducks you have to shoot. I just need to see the menu. I just need to see the menu screen and I'll know. Destiny mode. Oh, wait. Oh, Destiny mode was really good. So I guess I'll put that in great also. Dynasty Warriors 5 is... I'm going to put it a masterpiece. It's not quite... in this order. 4, then 3, then 5. That's my opinions. But they're all still masterpieces. They're all still amazing. Wait. What? Okay, oh, this is Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires. I'm also going to put that in playable, because Dynasty Warriors 6 sucked. Dynasty Warriors 6 was terrible. But at least Empires was like, you know, it's an interesting Empires game. Because a voice actor of one of the main characters said some questionable things, Bioware decided to go and say, yeah, so most characters won't return. Wait, which person was that? Actually, no, I don't care. Honestly, I'm surprised that Warner Brothers hasn't had a game called Daffy Hunt. Well, I think if they owned the rights to Duck Hunt, they would. I'm excited for when we get to the Star Wars section. Oh my god. We still have so much. Oh my god. We still have so much to do. Dynasty Warriors 7. I haven't played it a lot. So it's hard to say, but I think, I don't know. It was fine. Dynasty Warriors 7 Empires sucked. I hated that game. I mean, to be fair, I did play it on PC. And Dynasty Warriors games on PC are not known to be playable at all. Dynasty Warriors 8 was pretty good. I guess I'll put it in great, because I played a lot of it. 9 Empires I really liked. I really liked that for some reason. I don't know why. Dynasty Warriors 6 is obviously trash, and Dynasty Warriors 9 is trash. Dynasty Warriors Online, masterpiece. That game was so good. I wish it still existed. I think it might still be up in Japan. It might actually have been completely shut down. Or maybe it's China, it's still up. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's probably completely shut down. It was actually pretty recently they finally shut it down. But it was shut down in the West like ages ago. I think it was only live in the West for like a year. I'll come back later when we get around S. Yeah, we have a little ways to go. We have a little ways to go, God. Earthworm Jim. That was pretty good, actually. That was pretty good. I'll give that great. Elden Ring is a masterpiece, obviously. Don't even need to say anything else. Aragon? Aragon, the video game, sucks so much. I was such a big fan of those books, and that movie and that game were terrible. Europa Universalis is... I'm going to say it's great. It's not my cup of tea, but I enjoyed it. Same with Eve. Eve Online... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to put Eve Online in playable. It's playable, and if you want to play it, you can, and that's pretty much it. The books are always best, true. The guy who voiced Cullen. Really? That's funny. There's a Tumblr page with 11 pages worth of posts of things he said and done? That much? That's insane. That's crazy. EverQuest 2, pretty good. I didn't play a ton of it, but I'm going to say great. I don't think I played EverQuest 1 at all. Fable 2 is also great, and Fable 3 is playable. And Fall Guys, I guess I'll say great, although I've only played it once. Fallout 3, I played very little. I'm going to say mid. Fallout 4, I'm going to say is mid. Fallout New Vegas, I'm going to say is trash. And the reason why I hate that game more might only be because I played it more. But also Fallout 76 is trash. Harry Potter movies better than the games, better than the books. Yeah, well, that's also, I mean, the movies, you know, they did a lot. Like, they took out all the, like, slavery was good kind of stuff. They took that stuff out. So that was a big improvement. That was a massive improvement, if I have to say myself. Far Cry 2 was pretty good. I'm going to put that in great. Far Cry Primal? Far Cry Primal, the funny thing is, I went from Far Cry 2 to Far Cry Primal, and there have been so many games in between, and they felt identical. There has not been a single change in the gameplay aspect whatsoever. It was crazy. I'm like, what? Because I'd always heard people say, oh, it's just the same game over and over again. I did not realize how much they meant, how true that was. Ridiculous. Okay, this is a game I 100% want to stream. This game is called Fate. Now this is the only game on here that, actually no, Ski Free also. This is one of the only 2 games on here that is a game that I only played the demo of. And it's because I played it so goddamn... Okay, hold on. I think cats are causing a ruckus. Yeah, that was a bad choice. That was a bad idea. Just knocked over the laundry basket. I played this game so goddamn much. It was so good. I really want to do a stream where I play it. So yeah, if you had Windows XP, you probably already know about this game. Cuz it was in the like demo games for a lot of people. Just like a Diablo-esque dungeon crawler, really. So Fate, masterpiece, obviously, of course. I have high hopes for the HBO series. What, of Harry Potter? I wouldn't. I wouldn't if I were you. Okay, this was like one of the first Ferrari Grand Prix. This was like one of the first like car racing games for console. Whoops, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I have to put NES. I forgot that Ferrari Grand Prix is a real thing. Not just a game. It was pretty good. It was a pretty fun game. I liked it. Pretty cool. So I'm going to put that in great. Final Fantasy XIV is fantastic. I really like that. I finished a Realm Reborn storyline, and I finished the one that's after that. I don't remember which one is the one after that one, but I finished that one. The one with like the dragons and stuff. Oh no. Final Fantasy XIV mid? You're insane. You're crazy. You're out of control. Fire Emblem, is this Three Hopes? I haven't played it that much. I'm gonna say great. When I played it, I wasn't really in the mood to play it though. GoldenEye, oh my god. Yeah, GoldenEye sucks, I agree. Terrible. Terrible game. Fire Emblem Three Houses, masterpiece. Amazing game. So goddamn good. Fire Emblem Engage, pretty good gameplay. The story is kind of boring. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, masterpiece. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, I don't remember that much, and I didn't get very far, but I'm going to put great. Oh yeah, and Fire Emblem Heroes? No. Fire Emblem Warriors. That's pretty... For a Warriors game, it's pretty good. Fire Emblem Heroes, I'm also going to put in... Yeah, I'm just going to put in playable. I don't know. Fire Emblem Heroes, it almost feels fun, and that's just not. Rowling took Hermione's freedom idea and had everyone tell her slavery is right. Yeah, it was weird. Three Houses was good. First Fire Emblem I beat fully and started the New Game Plus. Yeah, that was the first Fire Emblem I also fully beat and did New Game Plus. And I've beaten it 3 times, and I'm almost beaten it 4 times. I gotta finish it at some point. I love Path of Radiance, and Engage was really good too. They're good. They're definitely good games for sure. Fortnite, I'm gonna say is mid. Like, I can understand why people enjoy it, but I did not. Forza Motorsport 4. That was a really good game. I used to play that all the time. That was back when I still was into cars, before I had a car accident. A car crash, and it ruined it. Freddy Fish. What Freddy Fish is this? I can't even see it. Well, whatever Freddy Fish this was that I played, honestly, it was fine. It was fine. Okay. So there's a Friends thing here. And for those who might not know, Friends is a show that I despise. I despise this show. But I had a friend who just so happens to be the same one that I said gaslit me and shit talked me behind my back. This no longer my friend. Anyway, we used to do a YouTube channel together, and this was something he really wanted to play on the YouTube channel for some reason, so he did, and it was garbage. It was awful. Yeah, so that's how that went. Those Harry Potter Game Boy Color games were so good, better than the console versions. They were pretty good, but man, they were weird. First we free the house elves. Next you'll be telling us to give goblins wands. Next you'll be telling us to give rights to the goblins. What the heck? All MOBA are exactly the same nowadays. I mean, they've always been exactly the same. They've always been identical. Unless you mean all Battle Royale. In which case they've pretty much always been the same too. Frogger's so good. This, however, this is not your traditional Frogger. Let me show you this Frogger, okay? Let me show you the Frogger we're talking about. This is Frogger on the PlayStation 1. And I think you'll find it's mostly the same game. It's mostly the same game, but it's 3D. And there's more things than cars. There's obviously the cars. You still do the cars. That's the first thing you do is the cars. You go to the cars and you go to the logs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I'll put it in playable. Why are they making Frogger on the PlayStation 1? It's too late for Frogger. It's over. The Frog game was actually pretty fun. It had its moments. I won't deny. Frontlines Fuel of War, boring game. Boring as hell game. I did not enjoy it. Game Dev Tycoon, however, is pretty good. I used to play that all the time. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I didn't enjoy that game either. Honkai Star Rail, masterpiece, obviously. Masterpiece. Genshin Impact, masterpiece, of course. Ghost of Tsushima, masterpiece. Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. It's fine. There's a moment where you have like you've got like a scope that makes everything green. That's the only thing I really remember. Gladius. What was this game? What was Gladius? Which bad Gladiator video game was this that came out on the heels of the movie Gladiator? I just played Hunger Star Rail for the first time yesterday and actually had a blast. It's a great game. It's a fun game. We're watching this guy's video as he plays Gladius. I just need to know what this game is. Why does he disappear here and then he comes back? Where's the gameplay? Oh, it's this one? Okay. I'll put it in playable, because that's true. It's playable, and that's pretty much it. God of War, first God of War, great. Second God of War, mid. And here's my reason, okay? I know a lot of people are probably, astounded at that. Also, God of War 3, also mid. It looks better, but God of War 2, goddamn, is it just the same game? Is it the same game in every possible way? It looks a little bit different, but not by much. And then God of War 3, it looks cooler. There's bigger events. But, man, is it the exact same game again. They just made the identical game. You go back down to hell, and you got to get out of hell, and then you got to climb up, and then you got to fight some guys, and they're basically the same guys, and then it's over. God of War, however, new God of War masterpiece. Godzilla Save the Earth, masterpiece. Amazing game. If you're a fan of Godzilla and you haven't played Godzilla Save the Earth, what the fuck are you doing? Now, maybe Unleashed is better, but I don't know, because I didn't play it. Golden Axe is also fine. I'll put it in playable. Here we go, GoldenEye. This is GoldenEye Rogue Agent, so I don't know why they called this GoldenEye, because it doesn't have anything to do with the movie. And it doesn't have anything to do with the GoldenEye game, which is the movie, I guess. So it doesn't have anything to do with anything. But you do kill James Bond at the beginning. And also you get 2 guns. You can dual wield, and that was amazing. New Godzilla movie, you should watch it. Are you talking about Godzilla -1? Because I 100% fucking want to watch that. I do not care about Godzilla Monarch or whatever. I only want to see -1. I'm so excited to watch it. Have you seen the new Godzilla -1 movie that's out right now? No, I want to watch it so bad. Okay. Tiger Woods PGA Tour. Now, Tiger Woods, as we well know, is a bad person because he cheated on his wife that one time. But I'm gonna say this game is great. I don't even know if this is the right Tiger Woods game. I just know that my friend had a Tiger Woods game, and you could create your own character, right? You could create your own character. And they made characters that looked like themselves or something. They made some cool normal characters. And I'm like, bro, I wonder how weird this character can be. So I made the absolute ugliest, just most most deformed character you could possibly imagine. And it was so hilarious because it's like, how does this guy even play golf? He's like, he's the hunchback of Notre Dame, but he's also got his legs are backwards. Like, how does this guy even stand up? It was awesome. So yeah, that game's good. Arcania, terrible game. Unbelievably awful. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, mid. I barely played it, but I didn't enjoy it. Guild Wars 2, I don't know. It just felt like it was just another MMO. I'm gonna put it in playable. Guild Wars 1, however. Do I want great or masterpiece? I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut says great. I'm doing that. Guitar Hero 3. This is one of the Guitar Heroes. I think I played other ones, but they're all identical. So this is the only one that I was definitely sure I played. So I'm gonna put it in great, I guess. Why is the League of Legends icon gigantic? I don't know. That's a great question. Which one is this? What is this? Oh, this is Gujian 3. I haven't played a whole lot, but it was pretty fun what I played. Gun is great. Even though Gun is not the precursor to Red Dead Redemption, it might as well be. It basically is. I'm gonna put it in great. Guns of Icarus, I played this a little bit, and it was fun, but it wasn't that special. Halo 2 is great. Halo 3. Now that's a masterpiece. Why is the League of Legends... oh, wait. Well, I loved Shin Godzilla. This is even better than that one. I haven't seen Shin Godzilla. I was going to watch it, but I don't know. It just didn't quite capture it for me. It didn't quite... Halo 3 ODST. Now that's a good game. Multiplayer kind of boring, but the story is great. Halo 4. Mid. What the fuck is going on? Why are these... Halo 1. What was the story even about? I don't remember. I'm going to put in great. Last one I saw was Kong versus Godzilla. I didn't even watch that one. The last one I saw was Godzilla King of the Monsters, where he fights Gojira. No, not Gojira. Where he fights What the fuck is his name? Ghidorah? Where he fights Ghidorah. You didn't watch Shin Godzilla? No, I didn't. Halo Reach, I'm going to put that in great. It was pretty good. Halo Infinite, I'm going to put in playable. I haven't played the story. I only played the multiplayer. The multiplayer is like, man, they really had something. They really could have made the best Halo game, and they just dropped the ball so goddamn hard. As much as I hate J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter sucks, I can't deny these games were pretty good, so I'm going to put that in great. I'm going to put... What's this? Is that the Sorcerer's Stone? That's the Sorcerer's Stone. And then the Chamber of Secrets also can go in great. And then the Goblet of Fire is awful. One of the worst games ever made. It's just terrible. And then the Quidditch World Cup is pretty good, too. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. Harvest Moon is so good, even though this is the only one I played. But that's a great game. Fantastic. Hearthstone, trash. I hate that game so much. I hate it so much it deserves to burn in a fire. Hellish Court is a pretty good game. Basically, Hellish Court is just it's a sword dueling game, but it's like supposed to be as close to like realistic sword fighting as possible. If I always want to play Harvest Moon, which one should I play first? A Wonderful Life. They did a remaster of a remake of A Wonderful Life. You can get it like on Steam, or you can get it on the Switch. Yeah, Friends of Mineral Town, they also did the same thing. So I haven't played Friends of Mineral Town, but A Wonderful Life is really good. Oh, here's another mobile game. This is Blizzard Heroes or whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, bad game. No fun. Hitman, is this? This is Blood Money. Where's the other Hitman game? I know it should be on this list. Ooh, whatever, who cares? I guess I'll just add it real quick. Hitman 360. 360 game. Oh yeah, it's called Absolution. 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 I'll just add it real quick. Who the fuck is it? There it is. Probably is on this list. I don't see it anywhere. Okay, Hitman Blood Money's pretty good. I'm gonna put the Hitman Blood Money in great. Horizon Zero Dawn, I did not like that game. I did not like it at all. So I'm gonna put it in mid. I know that's crazy to say because everybody loves that game, but goddamn, I did not enjoy it. I didn't play that much, to be fair. But what I did play, I was like, this is not for me. This is not a game for me. Okay, Hot Wheels, whatever this Hot Wheels is called. What is this Hot Wheels called? It's called nothing. It's no Hot Wheels, no games. Hot Wheels for the GameCube / probably PS2. This game was so good. I can't believe they made one of the best car destruction games of all time. And they just never did it again. It was like you got power-ups, so you could get car stuff. You could do flips and tricks and stuff. It was so amazing. Masterpiece all the way. Hunted the Demon's Forge. This game was boring. This game was so boring. Inuyasha Feudal Combat. I'm going to say it's playable. I liked it because it was Inuyasha, but at the same time, I was kind of disappointed. Welcome, Pinaz Sir 420. Welcome. I'm sorry if I completely butchered your name many times. Jade Empire. I haven't played a whole lot. I'd like to go back and properly play it, but I enjoyed what I played. Jak and Daxter, I did not like. I'm going to say playable. I will compare the two Harvest Moon games. Thank you for the recommendation. I think Friends of Mineral Town released again as a remake earlier, so it's probably cheaper to get. They're probably similar in experience, if I had to guess. Wait, I've been here before. Why does it say I'm new? I don't know. It doesn't say you're new for me. Jump Force is terrible. Jump Force is so bad. The funny thing about Jump Force is the fighting game itself isn't that bad. Like, it's not great. It's not fun. But, you know, it functions. It does what it's supposed to do. But everything else is so unbelievably bad. It's crazy. Jumpstart First Grade. Masterpiece, obviously. No explanation needed. Amazing game. You could actually connect the two for events. Oh, that's cool. Jump Force is just a game you want to be good. Jump Force is just a game you want to be good as much as you can. That it just sucks. Yeah, 100%. It's like, man, come on. Please be a good game. No, never mind. Kessen 3 is amazing. I love this game. Probably a little bit too easy, but also I probably played it on like normal difficulty. Bladestorm is great. If you play Bladestorm Nightmare, that game is legitimately way too easy. They broke the leveling, apparently, and it's just like there's no contest. Kingdom Come Deliverance is pretty good. I'm gonna put that in grade also. Kingdom Hearts, is this 1? Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm gonna say is great, but Kingdom Hearts 2 is a masterpiece. I really want to go back and replay Kingdom Hearts 2 because I'm curious if I still think it is. But I really liked Kingdom Hearts 2. I enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 1, but Kingdom Hearts 2 really got me. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 I hate so much. I hate it so goddamn much. I despise that game. League of Legends trash tier. Dota 2 is the only good MOBA. I haven't played Dota 2, but I don't believe you. I'm going to say Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is playable. It was fine. It was kind of generic. The gameplay was fun, but not fun. L.A. Noire was weird. I'm going to say L.A. Noire is great, but man, that game at the same time, I kind of hate it. Welcome, Cheese Palindrome. League of Legends is obviously trash. Terrible game. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead's pretty good. I'll put that in great. Why not? Lord of the Rings. The Lego Lord of the Rings. Boring. Kind of boring. Honestly, in hindsight, all of the Lego games, kind of boring. I know I haven't played the new one, which apparently is amazing. The new Star Wars one. So maybe I would think differently about that one. But, oh, wait, no. Lego Racers 2, masterpiece. Amazing. Everything that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts wish it was. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, but that's my opinion. Lego Creator, I hate this game so much. Lego Creator is like, hey, do you want to play a game that clearly wasn't designed for children, but you're 5 years old? Nope, not really. Do you want to play a game that has no manual and also has no tutorial and just dumps you into a world where you're supposed to do stuff and you're not even sure what you're supposed to do? I guess. Lost Ark. Lost Ark could have been so good. Amazon just fucking ruined that game so hard. Amazon destroyed Lost Ark. I can't believe they ruined it so bad. It should have been amazing. That's why I'm so, like... I've been really hyped for Blue Protocol. Because it's like, it kind of has like an MMO Genshin Impact kind of thing going on. And once they announced that it's going to be produced by Amazon in the West, I was like, no. That game's... That's a guaranteed murder. They guaranteed murdered that game right now. I'm still going to play it. But I don't have high hopes anymore. Because it's going to be bad. That's fine. I don't know if this makes sense, but the lore for Kingdoms of Amalur was just too high fantasy. Like, everything was taken from random name generator. Nothing was allowed to feel grounded. It was high fantasy, but at the same time, like, not interesting. You know? Like, Lord of the Rings is... Oh, I guess Lord of the Rings isn't super high fantasy. Although Lord of the Rings kind of established high fantasy. But, like, the world of Lord of the Rings is interesting. You want to know more. And Kingdoms of Amalur, you're just like, I don't care. I don't care. You may get promoted soon? Oh my god, that's awesome. It's my issue with Pillars of Eternity. Everything has so much lore to it that nothing feels special. That is true. That's something that, you know, I mean, like, you look at Dark Souls or Elden Ring, which is literally the opposite. But that, you know, it's so much better in that sense because you're like, what is out there? What is this? I want to know more, but they're not throwing it in my face. Like, I really have to like look and think about it to figure it out. Anyway, Lord of the Rings Return of the King, masterpiece, obviously. Lord of the Rings Aragorn's Quest for the PS2, terrible game, and so is the Wii version. Battle for Middle-earth 2 was really good. They'll put that in great. Conquest was awful. It was playable. I'll put in playable. It was playable, right? Fellowship of the Ring, amazing game, masterpiece. Lord of the Rings Online, great game. Fantastic. Really boring. Shadow of Mordor. I'm going to put it in playable. I don't know. They're both playable. I enjoyed them, but in hindsight, they just like if Shadow of Mordor wasn't set in the Lord of the Rings universe, would you really notice? Probably not, honestly. Kingdoms of Amalur's story was so boring, but at least if they told you of the secret organization, at least if you told of the secret organization, they would ambush you. What? I'm so confused. I guess I wasn't told of the secret organization. Cantina, where's Oblivion? It's all the way down in the T's. It's like, I think we're almost there. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in this list. Don't worry about it. Where is all the Elder Scrolls games, actually? What the fuck? It should be in the T's. Are we going to have to add them back in? I wonder if I forgot to add them. Oh god, how much did I forget? How much did I forget here? How much did I accidentally leave off? Oh, I left off so much, including my favorite game of all time. That's a bit sad. That's a bit sad of me to do. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've added. Look how much I just added. Oh my god. I thought I was so close. I thought I was almost done. It happened in the end game. The woman who always helped you was on it. Oh, that's right. I just forgot about everything that happened in that game. I don't see any of the Ild Rep Old Republic games. They should all be here. They're all in the Star Wars stuff. Don't worry. If they're not here, we'll figure it out. They don't look like they're here, though, do they? They don't look like they're here. What the fuck? Okay, we'll add them when we get there. Lord of the Rings Third Age, masterpiece. Amazing game. So good. So classic. So iconic. The Hobbit. Look, apparently I played the worst version. But I'm going to say it's mid. Because that's the only one I can base my opinion off of. Two Towers, amazing. Better than Return of the King, in my opinion. The video game. And the movie, actually. Lord of the Rings War of the North is also really good, but it's a fuck. God damn this mouse. War in the North, I'm gonna put that in great. It could have been better. Mafia 2 was playable. I enjoyed it, but it was fine. Mario Kart 64. I kind of low-key hate this game. I'm gonna put it in mid. Maybe it's because I played it with the friends group that was the worst people ever. Maybe for another reason. Mario Kart 8, pretty good. Pretty good game. Won't deny. Not bad. Mario Kart Double Dash. Masterpiece, obviously. Amazing game. No Mario Kart could ever compete. Mario Kart Wii, fine. It's fine. It was enjoyable. Mario Party 5. I don't even know if this is the right Mario Party that I played. So I don't know if this is like one that's significantly bad or whatever. I played one that I enjoyed but wasn't crazy for. Maybe that's Mario Party 5. I'm going to put it in great. Where's the other Mario? Oh, wait. Are they all in Super Mario down here? Fuck. Mario! Mario, where are you? Super, What am I looking for? Wait, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, the new Mario Party game. Did I forget the newer one? Oh, that's right. I didn't add it because I was trying to figure out which one was which. Okay, which one? Can somebody tell me what is the first Mario Party game that came out for the Switch? There's two, right? One is really good and one is really bad. Which is the bad one? Is it this one? It's Superstars, right? It's got to be Superstars. Oh, wait. Or no, wait. Is it? Which one is it? They both have a... Oh, yeah. It's got to be... Okay, it's this one, right? It's... Superstars was the newer one. Okay, so this is the one that sucks. This one sucks. It's bad. Wouldn't it be epic if you had liquid eyelashes? What the fuck are you talking about? You love the Hobbit game? Apparently, I got to play the PS2 one. Apparently, the PS2 one's where it's at. Okay. Super Mario Party? Trash. Awful. It's like, just bad in every aspect. Except the character selection. There need to be even more characters, I think. Well, they do say don't hate the player, hate the game. That's right, that's what they say. Cantina, would you like to have some of my special liquid lasagna? Bro, what are you doing with all these liquid things that should not be liquid? I mean, the sauce should be liquid, but the lasagna noodles shouldn't. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. This game sucks. That's a terrible game. Mass Effect number 1, I'm going to say is great. Mass Effect number 2, playable. Mass Effect 2 was better than Mass Effect 1 until the end when, and I know I say this all the time, but when they revealed that the enemy that we were trying to stop was just a giant robot human, I was like, the fuck is this? This is so stupid. And then, of course, they made Mass Effect 3, and the story got even dumber. And, yeah, I played, like, 30 minutes of that, and I was like, this is awful. Also, Mass Effect Andromeda is also awful. Math Blaster. So good. So iconic. Masterpiece. You don't like the baby Terminator? Is that what liquid, is that the liquid lasagna is the baby Terminator? Liquid eyelashes don't sound like they would be effective at keeping stuff out of your eyes. They sound like they would do the exact opposite. Enter the Matrix is really good. I'm going to say Enter the Matrix is great, and Path of Neo is worse than Enter the Matrix, so I'm going to say it's playable. Medal of Honor, one of the Medal of Honors. The one that I played, I guess, apparently. I'm going to say it's fine. It's playable. Medieval Engineers, a game that was abandoned by the people making it. I'm going to say it's mid, because apparently it still sucks, and it kind of sucks when it came out. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? Oh, it's Mega Man. Oh. Mega Man? Look, I'm going to say it's great. I had a good time with it, even though Mega Man, it's Mega Man 3, by the way. Mega Man 3 is so fucking hard. That game is so hard. Mercenaries. Mercenaries 1 is a masterpiece. Mercenaries 1 is so good. Mercenaries 2, not quite as good. They did improve it in some ways, but overall, it didn't quite hit the mark. What about Jello eyelashes, or like all your hair is Jello? I feel like that obviously would also not be very good. It wouldn't be very good. Metroid Prime, amazing. Amazing game. I thought I played other Metroid games, but I realized I've only witnessed my friend play I've only witnessed my friend play other Metroid games. I haven't actually played them myself. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I'm gonna say, yeah, it was pretty good. I'm gonna say great. Minecraft is obviously a masterpiece. I don't know how can you possibly make a game so simple, so dumb on paper, but it's so goddamn good, and then also turn out to be like a really bad person. The guy who made Minecraft is like such a bad guy, such an awful human being. Heroes 3 should be a masterpiece. Maybe it is, but that's also another game that I played with the friend who's not a friend, and that kind of takes it down a little bit. Minesweeper's pretty good. Minesweeper's pretty iconic, let's be honest. Not a masterpiece, though. I mean, like, maybe if there was, like, a little bit extra going on. Like, maybe if it could, if put a hat on the mines instead of a flag, that'd be pretty cool. Mirror's Edge is pretty good. I'll put that in great also. Monster Hunter 3 Try. What's with the naming convention of Monster Hunter 3 Try? I don't know. I'm going to say it's playable. I didn't enjoy it. Now, the original Monster Hunter, I kept on hearing everybody talk about, the first Monster Hunter game is terrible. It is so bad. You think you remember the first Monster Hunter game being good, but actually you didn't play the first Monster Hunter game. So I always just assumed I'd only played Monster Hunter 2, right? Because I was like, oh, if it's so bad, I must have played the sequel, the one that was good. No, I played the fucking first one. What the fuck are people talking about? Like, it's obtuse. It's awful. It's a terrible game. It's a fucking masterpiece, okay? It's so good. Monster Hunter World would be a masterpiece, but it forces me to play with other people, and I don't like that. I don't like that part. Was it you who taught everyone how to play Minesweeper in a video? Absolutely not. Definitely not me. No way. I have no idea how to play Minesweeper. Super Mario RPG shouldn't have RPG in the title? Well, it's a JRPG. It's a Super Mario JRPG. Because it was supposed to be like Final Fantasy. It's Super Mario Final Fantasy. Monsters Inc. masterpiece. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the PlayStation 1 Monsters Inc. game is a masterpiece. That's just a common fact. Mordhau? Mordhau would be good if it wasn't so filled with like really awful racists and Nazis. Mordhau's community is just like it's just a breeding ground of the worst people possible. I don't know why I have a memory of that. I don't know either. Mortal Online. Mortal Online, it was like, I'm going to put it in playable because it's actually, no, it's not playable. Let's be honest with ourselves. It isn't playable. The game is not playable in any way whatsoever. Mortal Online was, it was basically like, what if RuneScape, but it was like an action adventure MMO. But also, anybody at any moment could come and kill you at any time. And it was almost impossible to like get better at the game. And if somebody killed you, they could take all of your stuff. You would lose absolutely everything. So cool concept, awful execution, not playable. Mountain Blade, Bannerlord, it's pretty good. I'll give it a great. Mountain Blade 1, they all, you know what? They're all great. They're all about the same. Magic 2016, 2015. Which one is this? Let's do an order. Okay, Magic Duels of the Planeswalker, great game. Very simple, just introductory course into how to play Magic. Fun game, fun decks. Magic something of the Planeswalkers, 2013. Okay, so this is the next one. I'm going to put this one also in great. Pretty good. Follows up on it. More fun decks. Magic 2015? 13, 12, 14? I don't know. Trash. All these other ones are trash. And then Magic Tactics was also trash. Magic Tactics was like, what if Magic the Gathering, but it was a Diablo game, but it was really bad and boring. All right, great, cool. A customer was being weird and commented on my body, and afterwards told me I have a good customer. Oh god. You should have told them they have bad. You should have told them they have bad cashier service. Multiverses is also trash. That's horrible. My Sims is trash. That game sucks. And My Sims. The thing with My Sims is so it was my friend. It was my best friend growing up who had like the Wii and the GameCube. And we were so excited for My Sims. We're like, oh my god, it's going to be Sims, but you can actually like make things. And it's also kind of, fuck, I'm losing my voice. It's also kind of Animal Crossing-esque. It's going to be so good. And then we got it. I'm pretty sure they got it like day one. I'm pretty sure they got it like when it launched. Worst game ever made. So awful. You actually like My Sims? Yeah, I mean, everybody has their, everybody has their mistakes. 99 Nights. I didn't really like it. I'm going to say it's playable. I kind of want to go back to it, though. Wait, I already did Naraka Blade Point, didn't I? I have this on here twice. Maybe I didn't do it? I'm going to put it in playable. Which I'm pretty sure is where I already put it. But I don't see it. Yeah, I did. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is a different game. Oh, wait, this is Conqueror's Blade. Oh, I got that one wrong. I got that one wrong. Conqueror's Blade is better than Naraka Blade Point. Naruto. Whatever this Naruto game is. What is this Naruto game? Let's find out. Ultimate Ninja. Naruto Ultimate Ninja? Look, I hate Naruto as a person and the show, but the game is pretty good. The game is pretty good. I'll give him that. I'll say it's great. Dirt to Daytona. This is a GameCube game. And the only thing I really remember about Dirt to Daytona is my friend figured out that if you go to a certain place on a certain track where there's a bunch of like RVs on the outside, you can actually clip out of the track and then drive around with the RVs. So obviously that's a masterpiece. Obviously that's an amazing game. Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 2. This is genuinely a masterpiece. Amazing game. I haven't played the remake. Hopefully it's good. Most Wanted is also a really good game. I'm going to say Underground 2 is great. I think Most Wanted improved on Underground 2 in my opinion. All right, what we got? We got Ninja Gaiden Black is amazing. Ninja Gaiden 2 is great. And I remember not liking Ninja Gaiden 3, but I remember it being fine. So I'm going to put it in playable. I don't know if I beat Ninja Gaiden 3. I think I might have. I know I definitely beat 2 and 1. But I don't know if I actually beat the third one. Neo is fantastic, but I'm going to put in great. It's not a masterpiece, but it's pretty good. Orcs Must Die is pretty good also. Oregon Trail, now that's a masterpiece. What an iconic game. Everybody loves Oregon Trail. Overlord 1, great. Overlord 2, not quite as good. Not quite as good, to be honest. Pajama Sam, that's a great game. That's iconic. I'm going to go and have some dinner. All right, eat well. Hopefully it's good food that you like. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Thank you. I'm not going to pretend they're amazing, but they have funny characters. I guess, I'll give you that. That's something probably. Okay, both of the Pathfinder games are really good. I'm going to put both of them in Masterpiece. They're both really good. Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Cats and dogs. So apparently, I didn't know this. The dogs games, and it's the same people who made Nintendogs. It's just the same people. I mean, sure, all right. I'm gonna put them all in great. Honestly, they're all pretty good. Pinball for the Windows XP. It's playable. It's pinball. It's a game. It's exactly what you're getting. Pirates of the Burning Sea. This is the game I was talking about earlier. You can get pirate clothing, and that's the only good thing about that game. I'm gonna put it in mid. PlanetSide 2 was kind of boring. I'm gonna put in playable. Pokemon Coliseum. Pokemon Coliseum is so good. Why is there no Pokemon Coliseum, the sequel? I'm going to put it in Masterpiece, even though I didn't play it that much. Pokemon Fire Red. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I haven't actually played the actual Pokemon Fire Red. Nintendo, if you're listening, turn the stream off, okay? Just turn it off for a few minutes and come back. If you're listening, Nintendo. I played the Pokemon Fire Red MMO. Now, if you don't know what this is, if you search, you can just search Pokemon Fire Red MMO, and you'll find it. It has a weird name, but it's there. And it's amazing. It's literally Pokemon Fire Red, but you're playing with other people. I mean, all you can do is see them and see them doing things. That's it. But it's so good. Pokemon Fire Red. I mean, even without that, Fire Red is a masterpiece. But, yeah, Pokemon Go is trash. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is also trash. And Pong is fine. Pong is great. Let's put Pong in great, I guess. Okay. Now, Pong 3D. If you thought the first Pong was good, bro, you got nothing. You don't know nothing. Because Pong 3D is out of control. It's literally Pong, but it's 3D. Yeah, it's a playable game. You can play it. You can play that game, and it's there. It's there for you to enjoy. Portal 2 is pretty good. I'm gonna put Portal 2 in great. I'm gonna put Portal 1 in masterpiece. Portal 1 is definitely better than Portal 2. Powerpuff Girls Relish Rampage. Bro, if you like Powerpuff Girls and you haven't played Relish Rampage, you're basically missing out, sort of. It's better than you think it would be. It's much better than you expect it would be. It's not great. It's not crazy. I mean, I did put it in masterpiece, I think. But still, I mean, it deserves it. Prince of Persia remake was fine. It was, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna say great. And then I'm gonna say Sands of Time is a masterpiece. Sands of Time is absolutely a masterpiece. I bought Fire Red on eBay last year, then 7 months later I found out it was a fake? What? What the hell? Did you play it? Were you playing it and you're like, this seems fine, and then you found out it wasn't real or something? Or did you just not play it and then played it later? Prince of Persia. I haven't played Warrior Within. I own it, but I haven't played it. But I've played... Okay, so here's my story with Prince of Persia 2 Thrones. Or 2 Crowns. Prince of Persia, there's 2 of them. What is it called? 2 Thrones? Yeah, it's 2 Thrones. So Prince of Persia 2 Thrones, right? It's rated M. The Sands of Time is rated teen, so at the time I wasn't able to play Warrior Within or 2 Thrones, but eventually I was allowed to play rated M games, so I played 2 Thrones because it was the only one I could get a hold of. And it was also like, I'm pretty sure it was middle school. Like, it had to have been middle school for this story to make any sense. I remember on the back, it says nudity. In the ESRB rating, in the Azurb rating, nudity is one of the things. I was like, oh my god, bro, there's nudity? There's nudity in this video game, you say? I'm gonna see somebody naked? So I played through the entire game. And I'm like, yo, what happened to the nudity? Where'd it go? When was the part where somebody gets naked? And then I was thinking back on it, I'm like, wait a minute. Was the nudity that the giant, disgusting monster that had their, like, that had their boobs out, that, like, you wouldn't even notice because they're just a weird big blob? It's like Jabba the Hutt. And, like, this monster looked like Jabba the Hutt, but massive. I'm like, was that the nudity? Was this the thing people were worried about? Was this giant Jabba the Hutt? Alright. Anyway, a really good game. The game itself is great. And this is the very first Prince of Persia. I haven't actually played the original Prince of Persia, the OG. Because the version I played was a remake. That's right, they've made a remake, an actual 3D remake of this game. But it's only playable if you beat Prince of Persia Sands of Time, which is wild. Like, nowadays, that's a game that they would just launch for like $40. They would just launch the 3D Prince of Persia remake for $40 on Steam. $40 on Steam and be like, there you go, buy it. And then nobody would buy it. It's just a game they completely made in Sands of Time. It's I'm gonna say it's great. It's pretty good. Puzzle Quest is obviously a masterpiece. Puzzle Quest is so good. Raid Shadow Legends, obviously that's a masterpiece. Nobody can deny it. It's true. Rainbow Six Siege is pretty good. I enjoyed it. My time I played with it. There's only one game mode. It's the Siege. And, I mean, the game mode's good, but sometimes you want some variety. Wookiee nipple pinching? No. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece, obviously. Masterpiece. Amazing game. The first game is really good, but it's hard to go back to. Because it's kind of aged. It hasn't aged quite as well. But for the time, it was amazing. It was mind-blowing. Red Faction Guerrilla, I'm going to say Red Faction Guerrilla is fine. The destructibility of the environment's pretty cool, but that's about it. Okay, which Riddick is which? I got 2 Riddicks here. Okay, it's the ones that I thought it was. Okay. So this Riddick here, this is Escape from Butcher Bay, and this game is so good. If you're a fan of Riddick, 100% play Escape from Butcher Bay. Now the sequel, Riddick, something Dark Athena. Way worse. I'm going to put it in playable. They're like, okay, you know how people liked Escape from Butcher Bay, right? They liked interacting with the other inmates. You start out in a prison and you have to try and talk to people and figure out how to escape, right? They liked that part. But what if we got rid of that part? And also, they liked how they're going around killing people. But what if it was zombies instead? What if we replaced it with zombies? What? Why? No. What if we just made the game really boring in the core gameplay loop? A really dumb, mindless character. The main enemy, a really mindless, dumb, stupid character that's not fun and enjoyable to stalk. The developers behind Genshin Impact don't like the word waifu. What do they not like about it? Risen. Risen was fine. Honestly, I'm gonna put Risen in playable. Rock Band was pretty good. It was a major step up of Guitar Hero 3, but it's not a masterpiece. They think it's derogatory? Well, I mean, it's not too. I mean, there. It also could be derogatory in China too, because MiHoYo, the people who make Genshin Impact are in China, so it's kind of what bleeds over. So it's possible that a lot of that Japanese JRPG stuff is seen more negatively there, so it could feel derogatory there to them. It's obviously not derogatory. I mean, it's not derogatory in America. I don't know how Japan sees the word though. Okay, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14 is great, and so is 13. I think I like 14 more, but they're both pretty good. RPG Maker. Now, RPG Maker is technically not a video game, but the Switch version that I own, because I only own the Switch version, it's basically a video game because you can't do anything with it. You can make a game, but like, what are you going to do with it? You can't release it. It's just there. I have a feeling they don't like it because some people are trying to still have a raging hate for Japan. Yeah, that's my guess too. That's my guess. So I'm going to put in great. RuneScape, old school RuneScape. Masterpiece. Iconic. Legendary. I'm so excited for Elder Scrolls Blades on this list. Oh, good. I might have to take another bathroom break before we get too far. Rise, I hated Rise so much, but I'm going to say mid. Saints Row 4. Saints Row 4 is like, okay, yeah. The gameplay it's kind of fun. The story is kind of interesting. The jokes are written for middle schoolers. I'm going to say it's playable. Sam & Max is also, it's also playable. It's fine. Samurai Warriors 2. Samurai Warriors 2 is so good. Great game. Samurai Warriors 2 Empires. One of the better Empires games, so that's obviously great. Samurai Warriors 3, a worse game. Put in playable. Samurai Warriors 4, the same. It's about as good as Samurai Warriors 3. Samurai Warriors 5, great. Not quite a masterpiece. Not quite. But pretty good. Samurai Warriors Spirit of Sonata is also playable. It's a playable game. And then, what's this? Is this just the first Samurai Warriors? That's also great. All right, I'm going to go pee again real quick. I'll be right back. I've returned. He's gone. Everybody ooh before he comes back. No, no, don't ooh. Did he already do Warriors Orochi? No, I haven't. I haven't done that yet. It should be... Actually, where is it? Yeah, it's right here. Okay, we'll get there. Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Amazing. Absolutely good. I streamed it, and then I wasn't able to upload it because something happened to the audio or something. I'm pretty sure the audio was completely fucked. That's the same with Spider-Man on the PS2. The audio was like totally borked. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. It's just, I don't want to explain it. Scooby-Doo 100 Nights of 100 Frights. I haven't played this in so long. I remember it being fine. It's not as good as Cyber Chase, so I guess I'll say great. The Settlers. The Settlers 5? What Settlers is this? What are you? The Settlers Rise of an Empire. I think that's 5. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed that game. I kind of want to stream it at some point. And then Shadow of Colossus. I haven't beat Shadow of Colossus, but that game is so good. Very depressing. Very depressing game to play. Shadow the Hedgehog? Bro, you don't even know how good Shadow the Hedgehog is. But I'm going to wait and review it when we get to Sonic. Sim City. Okay, honestly, I think Sim City is better than City Skylines. I don't remember what I put City Skylines in, but I'm going to put this in playable because it's true. Is it really fun? Not really. But you can play it and you might get some enjoyment. Simpsons Hit and Run and Simpsons Road Rage. Okay, Simpsons Hit and Run is the newer one. The Hit and Run is so good. Masterpiece. Masterpiece all the way. Oh, that's another game where the audio was super scuffed and I wasn't able to upload it. Great. Simpsons Road Rage. It's kind of bad. It's a bad game. I'm going to put in playable. Now, The Sims. Okay. So, I had Sims 2 Pets for the PS2. And I didn't know that the PS2 version is significantly worse than the PC version. For one, Sims 2 Pets on the PS2. Sims 2 Pets is already like an expansion. You know, it's DLC. So you're already playing with like significantly less than what you should have. And there's also a lot of things you can't do on the PS2 version. I didn't know that on the PC you could have multiple levels, multiple floors. You can only have one floor on the PS2 version. Anyway, I'm gonna say it's playable. I played it so much, but goddamn. Sims 4 is also, Sims 4, I'm gonna say it's playable too. It's could be so much better, but it's not. Sins of a Solar Empire. I was not good at this game, so I'm gonna say it's playable. Ski Free. Everybody knows Ski Free. You ski, and it's free. And it turns out, I didn't know this for a very long time. The reason why it's called Ski Free is because there's a paid version. Which makes sense. You think about it, it's like, oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. But the paid version doesn't have the Yeti. The Yeti's only in the free version. Which is also why he always kills you, because you're not allowed to play more than a bit. Which means if you just play in the paid version, you're literally paying for a worse version of the game. That's insanity. Ski-free masterpiece, obviously, though. The only Scooby-Doo games I remember playing were the glowing green Bugman and Scooby-Doo 2 on the DS. And God, that game felt really hard. Oh no, it's Scooby-Doo video game based off the movie? Oh boy, oh no. Sleeping Dogs, I thought it was fine. Sly Cooper, The Thievius Recuperus, masterpiece. Amazing game. That's why it doesn't have the Yeti? Yeah. I was so I was like, what am I doing wrong that the Yeti's killing me? He's just not supposed to be there. You're supposed to just ski. But why? What's the point? What's the point if there's nothing to ski against? There's no like rivals. There's no other skiers. There's no Yeti. I don't understand. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh wait, no, this shouldn't be here already. Why are you up here? Come down here. Smite, trash. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, masterpiece, amazing game. I just purchased it on Switch and I want to play it soon. Sonic and Knuckles, masterpiece, amazing game. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, masterpiece. Every Sonic game I played is good. Sonic Racing, Pretty good. That's pretty good. It has Danica Patrick. It has a real human in the Sonic Racing game. It's just a real person. It's really weird. I watched somebody play all of the Sly Cooper games. I've only played the first one. And I've seen the other two being played, and I thought, yeah, I feel like I've been here before. Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog. Masterpiece. Bro, you give Sonic on his own, pretty good. With a gun, now that's next level. Since you brought up Animal Crossing New Leaf earlier, I decided to look at my town that I started in 2013. So nostalgic. Oh my god. How were the weeds? Sonic Riders? Oh god, I was not good at this game. You know what? I'm gonna put it in playable because it's not even playable, is it? It's not playable. It's unplayable. It's so obtuse. There's so many things you need to know and understand. I remember when I went to a friend's house who had it, I was like, oh yeah, I want to play Sonic Riders. That looks so cool. It's Sonic, but he's got a skateboard? That's crazy. And they were like, look, you don't want to play this. Like, you're not going to be able to play it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm a gamer, okay? I'm a gamer. I can play Sonic. It's not going to be hard. Yeah, no, they were right. They were right. I didn't understand that game at all. Sonic the Hedgehog 1? Masterpiece. Soul Calibur 2. I'm going to put it in great. The one with Link, such a great inclusion. It's so sad that Link only comes on the GameCube version. I mean, it makes sense why you don't get Link on the PS2. I'm pretty sure if you get the PS2 version, you just don't get an additional character. Like, you think the PS2 version would have, like, Crash Bandicoot or some shit? You know what I mean? But no. Soul Calibur 3. Masterpiece. I have the Sly Cooper collection on the Vita? Oh my god. Soul Calibur 4. It's fine. It's great, I guess. Soul Calibur 6. I'm going to put it in mid because it's the same game again. They're just like, what if we just made the exact same game again? Okay, I guess. Soul Calibur is your favorite in the series? It's so good. The inclusion of, like, the Soul Destiny mode where you get to, like, go on a game board map. Like, it's like freaking... Like, it's like Fire Emblem, but then the battles are a fighting game mechanics. It's so crazy. It's so good. Space Engineers, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. Spider-Man 2? Masterpiece. That movie's not a masterpiece, but the game certainly is. Spider-Man 2 for the Game Boy Color? It's playable. It's fine. It's honestly, anything about it is fine. Miles Morales, I think I like Spider-Man Miles Morales more than Spider-Man PS4. I mean, in terms of, like, gameplay and content, Spider-Man PS4 is better. But in terms of, like, characters that I like, Miles Morales is better. Although, to be fair, I haven't beaten Miles Morales. I'm literally at the last mission, and I just stopped playing because I'm like, once I beat this, I can never play it again. Spider-Man PS1 is also a masterpiece. That game is so good. Splinter Cell Conviction. Now that's a game. Now that game, I guess it's great. It's pretty good. Split Second? Split Second is one of those racing games that has a gimmick, but I don't remember what the gimmick is. What is the gimmick in Split Second? What is the gimmick? I still don't understand. Is the gimmick just that things explode? I could have sworn there was like a time stop gimmick. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to put in great. It's pretty good. I think it's crazy that Crash Bandicoot started out as a game on the PlayStation made by a developer owned by PlayStation to now being owned by Microsoft because they own Activision. That's true. That's pretty funny. And yet they still don't do nothing with them. I mean, I guess they made those games that I didn't play. Which Spider-Man 2, the PlayStation game or the one based off the movie from 2004? The one based off of the movie. I haven't played Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 1. Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 2, though, is really good. But what you should be asking is which Spider-Man 2 based off the movie? The PS2 version or the PC version? Because it turns out the PC version is a completely different game. You're probably thinking that makes no sense. A PC is more powerful than a PS2, so why didn't they just make that one and it would be better? No. Nope. It's if you played the first Spider-Man movie game, the one that's based off the first movie, which I haven't played it, but I've seen it being played. It's like the same kind of linear. I guess it's the same as the Spider-Man PlayStation 1. It's linear. You can't go and touch the ground. There's no open world. Yeah, the PC version of Spider-Man 2 for the based on the movie, it's that. There's no open world at all. I don't understand why they did that. I'm a true gamer. That's true. I'm a pretty good gamer. The Spider-Man 2 game based off the movie was made by Treyarch, one of the Call of Duty developers. And look at them now. Making bad Call of Duty games. SpongeBob, what is it? He's got a spatula, I think. SpongeBob the Lost Spatula. SpongeBob the Lost Spatula for the Game Boy Color. It's mid. It's kind of a bad game. Spore is a playable game. Spore. It's funny because Spore gets less fun the longer you play, until eventually you reach space and it becomes the worst game of all time. Okay, so Spy Fox is next. Now I've got an interesting story about Spy Fox. So, as a kid, everybody was always talking about Star Fox. Star Fox was so cool. Everyone's like, I love Star Fox. It's such a great game. And I'm like, I also love Star Fox. That's a really good game. And then I found out later that the game that I played wasn't called Star Fox. It was called Spy Fox. And they were talking about a completely different game. So yeah, I've never played Star Fox. But I have played Spy Fox Hold the Mustard, which isn't even a true Spy Fox game. It's a spin-off Spy Fox game. So anyway, it's pretty good. Spy Fox is awesome. Spy Fox is awesome. I think you're missing the Knights of the Republic games. I think I am. I don't know what happened to them. Spy Hunter. It's fine. I'm going to say it's playable. It's whatever. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is a great game. Spyro the remake, however, amazing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's a game that was produced by Activision. How is it possible that Activision is able to make a remake that's that goddamn good? Skylanders, awful, terrible. Star Trek Encounters. Now, Star Trek Encounters is interesting because I pretty much played all the Star Wars games that were available at the moment, and I really wanted to play another sci-fi like space game. So I was like, I guess I'll try Star Trek Encounters. You know, it's got to be good, right? No, it sucked. It was awful. It was an awful game. Trash. I hated it. Star Trek Online is fine. It's playable. It's not that great. It's kind of weird that they haven't made a Star Trek game that like really captures the feel of Star Trek. But I'm sure they never will. So Star Wars Battle Pod. This is, if you don't know what the Battle Pod is, this Battle Pod, it's an arcade game where you get in to like, it's literally like a big pod you get into, and then you go through a bunch of missions in like the Star Wars universe, mostly flying related. Probably all, I'm pretty sure it's only flying related. There's the Battle of Hoth, there's the Death Star, and then I think there's the Death Star again? I don't remember. Anyway, the one I played, I couldn't even see the screen. For some reason, and I was like, are they all like this? Are they all this unplayable? For some reason, the screen on the arcade version that I played on was so dimmed that like I could barely make out like what was directly in front of me in the game. So yeah, that my experience with that was pretty bad. I'm gonna say mid. It should be amazing, but it was an awful experience. The only people at Treyarch I fully trust to deliver something good in Call of Duty is their sound department. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I'm young, but I haven't played half these games. Yeah, it could be that you're young. I mean, I'm almost 30, so there's that. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, wait, we're in the Star Wars, so let me add the KOTOR games real quick. KOTOR 1. Knights of the Old Republic. And KOTOR 2. KOTOR 1 and 2. Let's add some files. Oh, they're both right there. And let's put them with the other Star Wars. Okay, there we go. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is amazing. PS2 version, obviously. Not the new one. The new one is not amazing at all. I'd say both Battlefront games, original Battlefront, are masterpieces. So let's grab Star Wars Battlefront 1. I think that's also a masterpiece. So good. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the remake? I'm gonna say it's trash. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the remake? I'm gonna say it's mid. It obviously was really awful from all the loot boxes and stuff. I haven't done the story yet, but the fact that it has a story, that makes it better than the first remake, probably. Star Wars Clone Wars, this game was actually really cool. I was disappointed because so Star Wars Clone Wars, the video game, has like it's almost only just vehicle missions, and then it has one mission that's like a 5-second mission where you play as Mace Windu, first person with a lightsaber. And it's the best thing that's ever been designed. It's so amazing. And I'm pretty sure it was this game. But it's like for 5 seconds. They made this amazing level. It lasts 5 seconds. What were they thinking? Just make the entire game that. It was so good. It was way better than anything else. I think there was some short-lived MMO that took place during the Clone Wars CGIs. There was. There was a few games based off of it. I haven't played any of them. Star Wars Empire Wars, pretty good, but also not very good. I'm going to say it's playable. In terms of RTSs, it's not one I'd recommend, really. Episode 3 was pretty good, the video game. That's pretty great. Put that up there. Jedi Fallen Order is fantastic. I'll put that in a masterpiece. That deserves masterpiece. Obviously, KOTOR deserves masterpiece. And KOTOR 2 deserves masterpiece. Force Unleashed 2, kind of bad. Really short, not very fun. All the enemies are like designed to not be attackable, which isn't enjoyable. So I'm putting playable. Force Unleashed, the first one's pretty good though. That one's pretty good. And then Jedi Starfighter's pretty good. I'll put that in great, why not? Jedi Outcast, I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I enjoyed what I did play. I just wasn't in the mood at the time. Jedi Academy is amazing. Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is so good. Probably still and will always have the best lightsaber combat. It just feels really good. You feel, and like, if you hit somebody in Jedi Academy, they're dead. It's over for them. There was a lot of repetitive stuff in The Force Unleashed. Yeah, there was. And then it was like to the max in the sequel. The Force Unleashed 2 I beat in about 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, me and my friend both purchased the collector's edition because we got it for $25. We were like, yeah, we want to play Force Unleashed. And we saw the collector's edition was like so cheap. And we're like, it was like $5 more than the normal edition. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Star Wars lightsaber battle game. So I was trying to figure out what this game was. You can actually see, you can kind of see it in the distance. I still have the orb thing. But anyway, it was like it was an old TV game where you had a short little lightsaber and then you had a camera. It was basically like an iToy, like the PlayStation 2 iToy, but you had a lightsaber with you. And you just had to move it around and block attacks and attack people like that. It was really cool, especially considering when it came out. And I was trying to figure out what it was because I was like, I have no idea what this thing was called. I have no idea. So I'll just Google Star Wars lightsaber battle game. And it turns out that's literally what it was called. That's literally the name of it. So yeah, masterpiece, obviously. Amazing game, terrible name. Republic Commando is amazing too. Republic Commando is really good. I've only played Racer Revenge. I haven't played the N64 Racer. Racer Revenge is fine. It's fine. It's a game. Super Bombad Racing, however, now that's amazing. Bro, you gonna tell me Super Bombad Racing isn't bombad to the max? I don't think so. Also, Star Wars Galaxies Online is a masterpiece. Masterpiece, 100%. SWTOR is fine. I'm gonna say it's great. There's some good stories. That's pretty much it. StarCraft 2. So, StarCraft 2 I've only played during a LAN party. Now, if you don't know what a LAN party is, it stands for LAN. Local area network or something. I don't remember. But basically, instead of playing over the internet, you go, everybody gets their computer. You pick up your massive desktop computer. You get your monitor. You get all your equipment. And you go to your friend's house with all your computer stuff. You hook it up. And then you play over the network. You play over the local network. Like over the router, right? That's what you had to do back in the day. That's what life was like for us back then. It's the only way you could play with your friends in these multiplayer games. So, see, I went to a friend's house who had StarCraft 2. It's the first time I'd ever played it. It's the only time I've ever played it. And I absolutely destroyed everybody. I kind of started to feel a little bit bad because I was just obliterating people. It was to the point where like I wasn't using the Zerg. The Zerg is the ones who ramp up really fast, right? I don't remember what race I was using. So maybe it was another race that was too strong. I don't know. But it reached the point where everybody decided to just like be on one team versus me, and I still destroyed them all. And to be fair, like we were playing very differently. I was playing like Protoss. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, this could be it. That might be it. StarCraft 2 race factions. Zerg, Terran. The fourth race. I think it might have been Protoss. Is Protoss broken? Are they broken? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, so that was a good time. That was a good time. I didn't play StarCraft 2, only the first one. Okay, so nobody knows. Yeah, so StarCraft 2, honestly, it's pretty good. I understand why people like it. I'll put it in great. Stranglehold, bad game. Mid-game, not very fun. Streets of Rage. I played the NES version. I didn't play the Genesis version. Or no, actually, no, I did play the Genesis version. I don't even know if there is an NES version. Because I played it on one of those big Sega arcade packs, you know, like for the 360, where it's like 500 Sega Genesis games in one game. I'm going to say it's playable. It's fine. Stronghold 2 is pretty good. I'll put that in great. And I'll put Crusader in great also. From Russia with Love. Oh, wait. I think I did. Oh, yeah, because this is a game that I said I couldn't find. Whatever. Let's just throw in playable or it doesn't matter. Line Rider, pretty good. Line Rider was pretty cool. I'm going to put that in great. S tier for memories? Which one? StarCraft? Oh, this is Trackmania. I was like, what the fuck is this? Trackmania was really cool. I'm gonna put that in great. I'm pretty sure Trackmania is still going. Oh, and I have 2 Hitman games here. Hitman Absolution and Hitman... Oh, that's because I accidentally added it a second time. Hitman Absolution is fine. I'm going to put in playable. Playable again. Why not? Let's put Luigi's Mansion over here with the other Mario games. Civilization Revolution. Terrible game. Awful. Mid. Didn't I already rank this? Just put in trash. Oh yeah, I did. There we go. Trash tier. Oh, there's Tenkaichi. Okay, I clearly didn't do a good job of grouping some of these together, but that's all right. Masterpiece anyway. Oh, there's Arkham Knight. Trash. I've already ranked Arkham Knight, and I don't remember where I put it, but I probably put in playable. Let's check it out. Let's see. Is it in playable? Nope. Why am I wasting my time? Oh, I put it in great. Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, here we are. You guys wanted to know what my favorite video game of all time is? It's Suikoden 5. Suikoden 5 is the best game ever made, period. If you haven't played any of the Suikoden games, they are so goddamn good. Suikoden 5 is amazing. Suikoden 2 is also amazing. Just such a good game. I think the plot, the story for 5 is just a bit better, just a bit more nuanced. The characters are more dimensional. They're not one-dimensional in Suikoden 2, but they don't have a lot of dimension to them. Polygons or, like, characterization. Arkham Knight is my least favorite Arkham game. It's all because of the stupid Batmobile. Yeah, the Batmobile ruins that game. Everything else is so good. All right, we're finally on to the rest of the Mario stuff. Okay. Oh, wait, Suikoden 4. Suikoden 4, it's probably not the worst Suikoden game. Of the mainline games, it's the worst one. But, like, when you say the worst Suikoden game, you're still saying, like, one of the best JRPGs of all time. You know what I mean? Like, it's still better than most games, period. I could not beat the giant drill fight. I had to get a friend to do it for me because I'm so ass at driving in video games. I don't even remember that fight at all. I don't remember that. Super Mario Bros. One of the first games I ever played. I'm gonna say it's great. It's pretty good. It's not amazing. It's not a masterpiece though. Luigi's Mansion, on the other hand, Luigi's Mansion is a masterpiece. That's a good game. And Super Mario Bros. U, I'm gonna say is trash. I don't like that game. I don't like that game at all. It was boring. Super Mario Odyssey, that's a pretty good game. You can't not say it's a masterpiece. You can't not. I didn't play it a ton, but it was, it's clearly good. However, you're probably wondering, the Cantina. What is your favorite Mario game? Of all the Mario games, which one is the most iconic for you? Super Mario Sunshine. I know it's a very divisive video game. I know a lot of people hate Super Mario Sunshine. I think it's awesome. I think it's so good. Was that Raid Shadow Legends? You better believe Raid Shadow Legends is S tier all the way. Super Mario Sunshine, I understand why it's divisive, because it's broken, it doesn't play well, and it's also really weird. It's one of the, it's not like the storyline isn't weird in the sense that it's, wacky, but, why? Why did they decide to make a game where Mario goes to prison? Mario goes to prison and then he has to do community service. But also it's supposed to be Mario, you're a good guy. Why are you going to prison? But then Mario is being a really bad guy. For those who played it, you probably remember the moment where you have to kill the bloopers. The bloopers are the big squids, right? And normally you just you beat them up, you punch them, you throw a block or whatever. It's Super Mario Sunshine. You have to rip the squid's tentacles off. And then you grab the squid's mouth and you have to slam it against the squid until eventually the squid dies from pain and suffering. It's really weird. It's really weird. I watched somebody play the remaster of Super Mario Sunshine. I heard the remaster they isn't like they screw up some of the mechanics a little bit, which makes me sad because I really wanted to get it. Super Mario Galaxy 2. I thought I played Super Mario Galaxy 1, but apparently I've only played the second one. I'm gonna say it's pretty good. It's great. All right, here we go. All the Super Smash Bros. Games. Super Smash Bros. N64. Masterpiece. Super Smash Bros. Where's the GameCube Smash Bros? I forgot the GameCube Smash Bros. Fuck. Damn it. Smash Bros. GameCube. Super Mario Galaxy introduced my favorite princess, Rosalina. Well, I don't have much of an opinion on her because I've only played some of the sequel. Super Smash Bros. GameCube. Masterpiece. Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii. Masterpiece. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Garbage. Awful. Terrible game. I hate it so much. Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. Masterpiece. I love that Mercenaries is under Masterpiece. You better believe it. Super Monkey Ball. Masterpiece. Amazing game. So good. So iconic. Sword of Legends Online. It's already been shut down. You can't play it anymore. It was actually pretty fun, though. Teen Titans. Teen Titans for the PS2. Boring. Boring game. I agree. Smash 4 on the Wii U is not good. It's so bad. It's so awful. They got rid of all my favorite characters also. Which is just Lucas and Roy was already gone, but they brought him back, so that's cool. That's all I can think of. How dare they get rid of Lucas? Even though you played that game competitively, nobody hates a video game more than a competitive player, though. That's the truth. I never played the first game. I watched somebody play the re-release on Switch. Oh, Super Mario Galaxy? That makes sense. I think I've seen people play a little bit of the first one. Terraria. Masterpiece, great game, iconic. Disney's Tarzan, playable, kind of boring. Tales of Vesperia is a really good game. I'm not a big fan of the combat though. They improve it a lot better in Tales of Arise, which is also a masterpiece. Elder Scrolls Arena. Playable. Elder Scrolls Travels. Oblivion. Garbage. One of the worst games ever made. Morrowind. Great game. Where the fuck are the other Elder Scrolls games? Oh, they're all in random places. Oh, what the hell? How did this happen? How did this happen? What did they do? Where's Skyrim? What? There it is. Do I not? Oh, there's Daggerfall. Do I not have Daggerfall? Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. Great game. Elder Scrolls Online. Great game. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Great game. Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Great game. They're all of equal quality. They're all about the same. Blades is trash, though. Blades is awful. And The Outer Worlds is a masterpiece. The Outer Worlds is so good. I haven't played a single Mario game. I've only watched people play Mario games, specifically Zack Scott games. They're pretty fun. I mean, if there's any Mario game you should play, it's just Odyssey. Like, my favorite's Sunshine, but it's hard to recommend because it's so bad. But Odyssey is just the best one. It's easily the best, like, in terms of technicality and I mean, Mario games don't really have a story. Sunshine has the most story, and Sunshine and Galaxy have the most story. But, you know, Odyssey has an interesting story. No, you've been waiting for Blades all this time. Why did you think it would be anything other than trash tier? I find it funny when Fallout fans complain about retcons when Elder Scrolls games. I find it funny when Elder Scrolls fans complain about retcons. You have no idea how many Elder Scrolls fans in my comment section are like, I hate that they're always retconning stuff nowadays. They don't care for the consistency in the lore. They need to be more consistent like they used to be. Are you for real? Bro, Elder Scrolls 1 and Elder Scrolls 2 retconned everything. Every possible thing. They threw out 99% of the lore from the Elder Scrolls Arena. What are you talking about? Elder Scrolls Morrowind retconned so much stuff that they had to introduce the Mandela effect to make it make sense. What do you mean? I like Fallout, but a lot of Fallout fans annoy me with the things they complain about when Elder Scrolls fans have to suffer more. They don't know that I suffer. I don't know. I mean, the thing with Fallout is, apparently the Fallout TV show is set in the same canon. And I just always assumed that they're all set in separate universes because none of them make any sense together anyway. Thief. So my ex-girlfriend got me Thief because it's a game that she really liked. And I didn't play it a whole lot. Because I got scared. I was like, this game is stressing me out way too much. So I didn't play it, but I also didn't want to be like, yeah, I didn't play that game you got me because I'm a little scaredy cat bitch. I'm a little bitch baby, so I didn't play it. So I was just always like, yeah, I'm gonna play it more. Don't worry, I'm gonna keep playing it. It's really fun, but I just can't play it right now. And I never did. So anyways, maybe that's why we broke up. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in great because it was fun. It was fun when I played. I'm looking forward to the Fallout TV show. It just sucks I have to wait 4 more months. I'm not gonna watch it, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, I think it's gonna suck because I'm indifferent. It's just I have no interest in those kind of post-apocalyptic things. Time splitters. Which time splitters? I think it's the second one. I can't read what it says. It's the one, but it has a subtext. I'm gonna put it in great. It was pretty good. It's not quite masterpiece. Tom Clancy's End War. Now, Tom Clancy's End War was a game that sold itself on the fact that you could use your microphone and talk to the game. You could be like units, A1 units, move to B5 sauce. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. It didn't really work. I'm going to put in trash. And maybe it would have worked better if the microphones everybody had weren't the worst microphones of all time. But, yeah. I will not watch it either. I would just most likely just find it annoying. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of those kind of shows or games, so it's clearly not for me. GTA 6 Trailer Tuesday? Oh, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I have zero interest in GTA. I have absolutely zero interest. I think it's crazy that Tom Clancy sold the rights to his name to Ubisoft. I never thought about it, but yeah, that's really funny. It's really funny. They just have it in perpetuity, and they're just ruining Tom Clancy's name. I was gonna say good name, but I don't know if it is good. It's probably bad. Tony Hawk's Underground 2, masterpiece, amazing game. I know everybody was so excited for Pro Skater when they remade that game, but bro, zero interest. If you remake Tony Hawk's Underground 2, that's when I'm knocking on your door. You know what I mean? I think John Madden did the same with EA. Probably did. Okay, well now we got a bunch of Total War games. Or we got a couple Total War games, and the rest are just in random places. Oh, God. This is why I tried to not make this be bad. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I tried to organize this beforehand so this wouldn't happen. Why did this happen? What happened? What the fuck? Oh, there's Super Smash Bros. GameCube. It was there the whole time. There's Super Mario Party. It was also there the whole time. Still trash, though. Still terrible. Super Mario 64 is here again twice? It's just on here twice. Okay. What the hell? Well, guys, I'm going to get going. I hope you guys have a fantastimonious day. Thank you, Spiffy. 100%. Oh, there's From Russia with Love again for a third time. I'm just going to put it wherever. It doesn't matter. Is that where I put it before? Probably. Sean Connery's an awful person anyway, so fuck him. Did I get all the Total War games? I think I did. Oh, there's Redguard. Redguard's a masterpiece. Redguard's the only Elder Scrolls game that deserves masterpiece title. Because it actually has a good story. And the gameplay is good as long as you don't play it through DOSBox. The Witcher. And this is all disorganized also. Oh my god, this is a mess. Okay, anyway. I think I got all the Total War games. So let's rank those now. Total War 3 Kingdoms is awesome. It's such a good game. I'm going to put it in Masterpiece. And I'm going to put Medieval 2 in Masterpiece also. Oh, fuck. What happened? Oh, it's still here. Okay. It hasn't quite aged as well, but it's still pretty fun to play. Troy was awful. I'm going to put it in mid because it's boring. Rome, I don't even remember. I'm going to put it in playable. It's fine. Rome 2, trash. No, you know what? No, mid. It's about as good as Troy. Was that it? No, there should be others. Where's Shogun? Here it is. Shogun. I'm going to put it in playable. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it that much. Maybe it's because I had the one with guns, but who knows? I mean, they all should have guns, technically. I don't know if they do. Where's the other Yu-Gi-Oh thing? What the fuck? Where'd Yu-Gi-Oh go? Alright, whatever. Let's put that at the end. Okay. Thrillville off the rails. That was a boring game. It was really boring. I'm going to put it in playable. It's imagine Roller Coaster Tycoon, but less fun. Not quite as fun. Speaking of which, where is that? Where's a Roller Coaster Tycoon? Roller Coaster. I guess we'll get there eventually. Two Worlds. Two Worlds 1, masterpiece. I know I said it was the worst RPG, and technically it still is. But man, when I think back on it, I'm like, yeah, no, that game was good. That game was good. Two Worlds 2, awful, unplayable, literally terrible. I can't believe they took everything that made Two Worlds 1 good and got rid of it. Just making the most boring, terrible game possible. Now, Two Worlds Castle Defense, that's playable. Will you have fun? Not really. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, oh my god, such a good game. So iconic. So great, so fantastic. Warriors Orochi 3. Oh, here we go. Here's all the Warriors Orochi games. So let's get all these together. Now, let's put that Yu-Gi-Oh game down here. Okay, Warriors Orochi, that was amazing. When they brought Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors together, my mind was blown. My mind was slightly less blown the second time. Then Warriors Orochi 3 was about as good as the second one. And then Warriors Orochi 4 was kind of boring. It was not super great. Also, I did not like Uncharted. I did not like Uncharted at all. I think it was mid. And if you like it, you should feel bad about yourself. Wii Sports! Wii Sports, mind-blowing. Unbelievable. How did they do it? How did they make one of the best games ever made? And it's free as long as you pay the $250 for a Wii. How did they do it? Samurai Warriors 4, that was playable, I guess. Vampire Survivors is really good. That was a really good game. This should not be as good as it is. Warriors Orochi's a masterpiece, 100%. Wave Race. Now, Wave Race is a game where you race jet skis. That's it. It's a game. You're on a jet ski and you race them. It was pretty fun. I'm gonna put it in playable. Vampire with a Y. I really liked it at the time, but the combat is so awful that it's just impossible for me to go back to. Vindictus. Vindictus was not a good game. I'm gonna put it in playable. Wheel of Time, that was actually, it was pretty fun. I mean, it was basically Doom. Am I an Assassin's Creed fan at all? Yes. And also an Assassin's Creed hater. I'm both in one. Vermintide 2 was pretty fun. I'll put that in great. That was pretty good. Witch Hunt, now that was a good game. That was a great game. War of the Roses. War of the Roses came out at the same time as the first Chivalry game, and I had to decide. I only had the money to get one, so I ended up going War of the Roses. Obviously, that was a mistake, but I still had fun. It was still pretty fun. I'm going to put it in great. It was third person as opposed to first person. Most of us are at this point. Yeah, definitely. Oh, there's the other Witcher. So let's throw this over here. The Wolf Among Us. Among Us! I'm going to put it in. Honestly, it was fine. It was whatever. Okay, now what is this game? I know what this game is, but I don't remember what it's called. Wood and Water Rage? Let's look this up. NES Wood and Water. Oh yeah, Rage. This game was weird. This game was so weird. There was some different game modes. One was a surfboard. One was a skateboard. The skateboard guy kind of looks like Strong Bad from Homestar Runner. Yeah, there he is. With a different colored mask. So, yeah, that was that game. It was also really, really hard. It was impossibly difficult. I'm gonna put it in mid, because it was barely playable, to be honest. X-Men for the Sega Genesis, such a good game. Maybe it wasn't because I haven't played it since I was a teeny tiny little kid, but I remember loving that game so much. Tetris is pretty good. Tetris is pretty good game. I'm gonna put it in great though, not masterpiece. Wreckfest, I played Wreckfest recently and I did not like it. I hated it. Put it in trash. Vampire's perfect as is. Vampire's perfect as is, as long as you change a bunch of stuff. And then it's perfect as is. Wrath Unleashed. This is a Lucas Arts game. Weirdly enough. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. It's like, imagine chess, but you are also Godzilla. It was really weird. I really want to play it though. I want to get it at some point and play it on stream. Zelda Link's Awakening. I haven't played much of this, but I enjoyed what I did play. Actually, wait, we should put all the Zelda games together. Zelda. Okay. Wind Waker, amazing. Amazing game. Absolute masterpiece. One of the best games ever made. Unbelievable. I haven't beaten it. I haven't finished it. I haven't finished a single Zelda game. Zelda Breath of the Wild, it was good. I'm going to put it in playable. I know it's kind of a meme that I hate on it, but at the same time, like, there's just too many big problems, too many very glaring issues with that game that I have. Like the fact that opening the chest isn't exciting because every time, unless you're in a dungeon, a chest is guaranteed to be absolutely useless. It's guaranteed to be a useless item. And if you're in a dungeon, you might get something good, but the dungeons are all identical. They're all boring. They're all the same. And then you have the big beasts, and they're all just like whatever. They're somehow more boring than the normal dungeons. It's like, what are they doing? And the core gameplay is just a Ubisoft game. 5 people work on the game. Oh, Valheim. I thought you meant Breath of the Wild. Valheim is amazing. Valheim's pretty good. It's I like there's so many people who are like, "Oh my god, this game is mind-blowing." It's like, "No, it's not." You only think it is cuz you've never played a Ubisoft game. It's literally just Ubisoft. It's like a Ubisoft game distilled to its core essence. Okay, Ocarina of Time. I haven't played whatever the other game is that comes in this pack for GameCube, but I have played Ocarina of Time, and that's pretty good. I'll put it in. I'm gonna put it in great. Ubisoft games are fire though, but they're all the same game. They're all the same. I like the store manager at the Walmart I work at, but he has said something I think sounds stupid, and I disagree with. Walmart provides water for the people who bring the carts in for hydration. He doesn't think the store should be providing water in the winter because it's not hot, it's cold. Wow, what a genius. There's a reason why, I was about to say there's a reason why he's at Walmart, but that's not fair because you're also at Walmart. Oh, he's a manager too. Yeah, that sounds about right. That figures. You only need to drink water when you're sweating. If you haven't been sweating, you don't need any water at all. First 2 years of For Honor was S tier. I don't even know when I played it. I feel like I played it within the first 2 year line. I wasn't a big fan. I think somebody else talked some sense in him though because we're still getting water. I imagine what they said was if you try and take water, we're gonna write this up to upper management and you'll be fired. Because that's obviously like a firing level kind of decision. Hyrule Warriors is fine. I'm gonna put it in playable. It's whatever. Zelda Twilight Princess. I don't know. I didn't like it. I wasn't into it. I know there's so many people who are like, well, all the people who love Twilight Princess were the people who hated Wind Waker. Because they're like, oh, Zelda isn't for babies. Zelda isn't for children. You've made a game that's for children because it's cel shaded and they're kids. Zelda game you've never played as a kid in a Zelda game. Yeah, okay, all right. What the hell are you talking about? XG3, is that what it's called? XG3. Extreme G Racing. Extreme G Racing is actually really good. It's just a really fast motorcycle game. It's really fun. Where's Fortnite? Don't worry, I've already ranked it. I think I put it in mid or playable. I put it in mid. There it is. Toontown? I haven't played Toontown a ton, but it's great. My aunt had it. So when I was at her house, sometimes I'd play Toontown. It was pretty cool. Valheim is pretty good. We'll put that in great. Battlespire, one of absolutely terrible, just awful game. Wii Sports Resort, not as good as Wii Sports, but it's still pretty good. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was playable. It wasn't that great. Tyranny, I haven't played a ton of, but it was pretty fun what I did play. Vampire is pretty great, but I can't put it in Masterpiece. Even with like the mod that fixes everything, I still wouldn't say it's quite a masterpiece. There are definitely better and worse games, true. What did you rank Call of Duty Warzone? Oh, I did. I forgot about that. I forgot I played that. COD Warzone. I don't know if AVIF files work on this website. Who the hell is it? Oh, maybe it's because AVIF files don't work. Fuck. Oh, God damn it. There it is. Okay. Call of Duty Warzone is trash. There you go. Trash tier. My favorite game of all time is Cyberpunk. I thought the story was amazing. Well, there's some people who agree with you. I hope it was trash tier because I think it's helped ruin Call of Duty. I mean, I feel like Call of Duty was already pretty much ruined before Warzone came out, but it certainly didn't help its reputation at all, that's for sure. Ultima 9 is also awful. Terrible game. Wazak is really good. I really like Wazak. Great game. TIE Fighter? It's hard for me to judge TIE Fighter properly because I didn't seem to have the full game because I had no story stuff. There was no story gameplay at all. I would just load into TIE Fighter and I just would be there and nothing would happen. So I'm going to say it's mid because it wasn't playable. World of Warcraft is, I'm going to say it's playable. It's kind of boring. It's a big-ass list. You better believe it is. We're almost done, though. Almost over. Unreal Tournament's pretty good. I'm going to put it in playable. Wolfenstein 3D. I guess it's great. Considering the time period it came out, it's pretty good. Okay, we have Witcher 1. Witcher 1 so far has been pretty good. Witcher 2, masterpiece. Witcher 3, not as good. Not quite as good. A little bit worse. This whole video better be available on the second channel. Oh yeah, I'm going to upload the stream, don't worry. And then I will. Not just probably. I'll definitely edit it down into a fun little thing. A fun little bit of video. Tower of Fantasy was kind of boring. Playable. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It was a game. I guess it was playable. Zoom Beanies. Now that's a game. Now that's a game. That's great. Warframe, I didn't like. But this was also before it was completely remade. So I don't know, maybe it's good now. Zoo Tycoon. Now that's a great game. That's an iconic game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. You know what? I want to say it's so good because it should be so good, but goddamn do I hate Master Duel. Goddamn do I hate it. Yu-Gi-Oh! What is this Yu-Gi-Oh? What is this Yu-Gi-Oh called? It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Really good game. I'm going to put it in great, and I'm also going to put this other Yu-Gi-Oh! Game in great. There we go. I've ranked probably every video game, maybe, that I played. You've played Alpha Protocol? I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. That's reasonable. I actually played it on stream until I got soft locked and couldn't play the rest of the game. Cantina Is My Neighbor would be an awesome movie. I don't know, it'd probably be a boring movie. Featuring Adam Sandler. Oh, God. Oh, no. All right, well, I'm now starving. I hope you enjoyed. This took 4 hours. Oh, God, this is gonna be a nightmare to edit. It's gonna be so long to edit. That's every video game mostly that I played. Some of these I definitely want to play on stream. That'd be fun. I want to play Fate on stream because that game I never really got to play properly. That'd be really cool. There's some other games I ranked that I said would be fun to play on stream, and I've already forgotten them. So that's cool. That's cool. That's good. Thank you for joining me, guys. Some real takes. That's right. Everything is a take and a half. You've taken it. I took it. It's gone. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the future. I'll try and stream at all. I'll do my best. Obviously, I think I mentioned before, my health isn't super great, so I'm super exhausted all the time. But you know, maybe it'll get better, or maybe it'll get worse. Well, you never know. Can't wait for the vid. Yeah, me too. Can't wait for it to be done. All right. Love you too, Choose Bound Drum. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.